Okay. We should be good to go. Let's up the up DDO a little bit. Oh, that's why it's not. There we go. Had the wrong capture on. Not a problem there. And so that you can hear it a little bit better, we're going to bump the audio up a little bit. Alright, so we are back again. At least it thinks we're back, maybe. Stream Elements thinks we're back, but our stream isn't playing for us. There we go. Excellent. So we have that, we have this, and we should be good to get started here. So yes, it has been a while, a long while, but we're just going to try this out a little bit again. And we are on our racial lives again, because we did some iconics, so now we're back to racials. And for this life, we are Bard. We did try out the Chaos Sorcerer last life. It plays alright. I'm not sure if I prefer it over regular Sorcerer, though. Like, it feels like it loses a lot. So, there's that. But also, I only took it to 20, because we're doing racials now, at the moment. Of course you ping me for one. But yeah, we're just chilling, leveling through stuff. So we are a little bit behind where we probably should be, because we made the decision, and we'll see if it's been a good decision or not, to hit a Feywild group when we were only level 5. So way out of order. I basically didn't do any level 3 quests. Or level 4 quests, for that matter. So fortunately, we are in a rather experience-rich kind of a zone here. So that just means that, okay, well, instead of having to skip some stuff, I just do all of Feywild, all of Three Barrel Cove, and then probably like the House K Plaza for Favor, and we're good to go. But we'll see how all that works out. It's looking like we're probably going to have a good time on it, because we're already almost eligible to take 8, and we're just starting Three Barrel Cove. So we should be good to go. Like, we should be able to safely run out of level 5 content by the time we get through, which would put us right on time. And of course, we're too low level for our short-term buffs to last very long, so I'm really not going to bother casting them that much. But, you know, we'll go through our paces here.
The altar of the dragon, as the first altar crumbles, the dark presence seems to gather just beyond the edges of your vision.
Now, Bard was slower than I remembered for the first, like, 2-3 levels. Just because I forgot just how annoying Bard is after they took away the AoE on Sonic Blast. It's like, it's just so lackluster before you get Shout. Now, you do get Soundburst at about the same time as Shout, so it's like, yay, if I could get Soundburst slightly faster, that would be nice. But we can't always get what we want, so we survived long enough to get to the point that our songs are powerful, and that we have AoE spells. So we can't complain too much, besides that the Mephits blocked my shot there. So let's see if we can't actually take out the altar.
The second altar breaks, and you feel a faint tremor.
The other thing that we don't have yet is we put in enough points here so that we got our caster level, our freedom of movement, and our healing on our song. And now we're going to drop into War Chanter, going up for our sprint boost, because move speed is very important for trying to level quickly because of sections like this, where you have to go down a hallway and then come back. So we've got that. Now, the thing I'm trying to think is, alright, so let's say that I take that by the end of this, I'm at level 8. Well, what 6s are there, really? Like, there aren't a ton of available 6s. As I said, I'll probably do the 5s and 6s in the House K Plaza. And, we'll see what else pops up. Oh, I missed. Missed again. For some reason, I always think these guys are, like, here, not around the corner. But they're very much not. We did have someone join party, so we're going to wait for them a little bit while we... Oh, a Fury Reaper.
A howl reached from across the chasm. Make Morag, High Shaman of the Dragon Below, thunders with rage.
Dies. Alright, so let's see. The quest won't end until we actually kill that altar down there. So we're good to kill this dude and then wait for the other party member to zone in. Now, one thing that does operate for the other direction... Okay, we got an ad break coming up soon, so that's fine. But one thing that does work for the other direction is that because I knew I was heading in early, I did chug a excellent XP pot. So it's on a 30% pot. So we're not like super behind for having skipped all that stuff. But let's take a look at quests. So assuming that we're capped out and have to take level 8, we would be looking at 6s. What are the 6s? Like, there aren't a ton. Like, okay, so that's Sorrow Dusk. We don't really want to do Sorrow Dusk. I don't really like the these ones in the 12, like Memory Lapse in them. We've got our House J ones. House J ones are fine. House P are fine. A lot of these I haven't done in a while just because, you know, if you do level 3 and 4 quests, then you hit Feywild and then you hit here in Three Barrel Cove, then there's just no need for it. But yeah, there's Valak's Mausoleum, Chocolate Heights again. Oh yeah, that's Three Barrel Cove. So, and then we've got, yeah, I'll probably just do the House K Plaza. Even if we do have to take 8, I'll probably still do the 5s there, and that should be more than enough. And then for 7s, we're gonna hit the Dread.
Third altar collapses, and a dark presence seems to lift from the caves. The Dragon Below's power is broken.
Alright.
So now we're gonna hop back to town, get the next.
Heat and steam rise from the cave entrance
we're at purple alert apparently. He really ran this. Alright, so talk to you. Alright. Fire Caves 2. And I do plan on doing all of Three Barrel Cove, even the ones that I'm under level for, just because I don't like bouncing back and forth between zones. We want Fire Caves.
Heat and steam rise from the cave entrance before you.
Fire Caves 2. Off we go. Tumble to animation, cancel that, because singing songs takes forever.
Seems on the verge of catching fire.
And we'll sing for our partner once he gets here.
The voices of the ogres are silenced, but now there is something even more ominous. An old and mighty anger you can feel through the door.
Alright, we will actually hit some of these guys, because we don't have that good a fire resist. We're not playing Tiefling. Tiefling can get some pretty nutty resist numbers in heroics. It's just like can really trivialize a lot of things if you take the racial points in it. Unfortunately, I've got enough racial past lives that I have racial points to spend. Now, we do actually need to kill this fire elemental. This is a mistake I have made in the past that I just ran by, and it turns out, no, this fire elemental is required to complete the quest, so don't go skipping that dude. Do not make the mistakes that I have made in the past. And I'm not making them currently. But you don't know that they're a mistake unless I mention that, yeah, that is a mistake that I have made in the past. We'll see if he splits from me or if he follows me. Like, if he goes down this corridor, or if he heads to the end to take care of that one while I'm taking care of this one. They're both valid ways of doing it, but it's just interesting sometimes to see how different people choose to have their playstyles.
Another elemental lurks ahead. What again? You have triumphed over the elementals. Make Murug summon.
I do love all like
Only
just the
one
passive
remains
crowd
in the
control
depths
of
the
things like
caves.
sound burst, stun, and all that. Alright, we'll sing him a song. Yep, he got songs. It's such a nice trick to be able to animation cancel that, because you still have the cooldown on the song. Because, I mean, it's got a cooldown, but it's got like a 3-second cooldown and like an 8-second animation. And no, those aren't accurate numbers. They're just me spouting random numbers out of annoyance. But fortunately, you can animation cancel with a tumble. And granted, that's not perfect because tumble now has charges. We'll see if that dot kills him before he can interrupt me. It did not. But he was crowd controlled, so it didn't matter. And we got a Night Revel ski, which is handy. Wait, did I didn't. Right, we need to turn on our new meta magic that we took at level 6 for our SLAs. More Night Revels. Just constantly getting slowed down by having all this loot from Night Revels. How unfortunate for us. Voice.
Waves of baking heat wash up the tunnel, and with them a hate so pure it seems all over the fire.
There we go,
caves.
15k.
Voices
Very nice.
cry out in despair. The elementals are slain, one and all.
Alright, rank 37. As always, 5 times your level is the basic amount you can get,
before you.
and then you can get another 5 after that. For hard cap. Now off to Two-Toed Tobias. Let me just double check OBS real quick. Oh, yeah. He was running here because I was waiting on him, so he didn't pick up any of the quests, which I appreciate. It's like, I have joined and someone is waiting for me, so I will hurry there. Exactly how I would do it. Like, look,
an ancient
they're waiting for me, I'm gonna go. They can share the quest, it'll be fine. Even if they don't share the quest, it'll also be fine, because most quests at this point, I don't really care about the completion reward.
The cacophony of wailing and moaning becomes clearer as you enter the cave.
Well, just for a little bit extra swim speed. What is our swim at anyway? 40. Not bad for level 7.
An opening in the ground reveals another body of water to explore. The valve triggers a rush of water through the pipes, followed by the sound of a door opening.
We'll see if he wants to stick around for my non-standard routing. Because I know a lot of people like to adhere more strictly to the level requirements. Like, they'll do the 5s here, and then they'll leave and come back later. I tend to just do all of them while I'm here. Just because. What's that? Oh, that's my phone reminder to tell me to start streaming. I got started early today.
A strong current pushes against you.
Oh, I didn't sing him songs. I should have sung him songs. I had the opportunity to. Oh no, a little bit of damage. That will just be passively healed up, because Bard Healing Song is ridiculous sustain, particularly in Heroics. It's just like, well, especially I found this when I'm not on Bard, but I'm on something like Fighter. Or heck, even any melee, really. It's a matter of, do I have to budget my aggression? Like, am I gonna get gradually chipped down? Like, just a hit here, a hit there? Or is it a, oh, I can just go all out, and by the time that we get to where we want to go, I'll be healed up passively from the song. It's like, I don't have to worry about taking just like one hit here, one hit there, and just, it doesn't matter. I've got 600 health. Well, I took 20 here, and 20 there, and 20 here, and 20 there, and sometimes it's just a matter of, well, not a problem. Now, of course, we still don't have our step 2 of the Bard sustain. Like, step 1 is Healing Song. Step 2 is level 9 on Bard. Not Storm Singer, but Bard. Storm Singer can still get Healing Song, but they don't get the temporary health aura. Alright, so that goes next. Come down here for the mage. Oh. Come down here for the mage. I don't know why this has it as an optional, because like, the door doesn't open until you kill him, so I don't know why it thinks it's an option, but maybe they just put them all in as options. Like that, like the Reaper popped me for like 40. Like, on a different class, it was like, alright, well, he's going to pop me for 40, and then another one's going to pop me for 40, and eventually, it becomes a problem. Alright, Reapers underwater are generally bad news, because I can't fight back, but we'll see how it goes. So, it might be a bad time. But yeah, it's not really that bad down here. What is our spell power at anyway?
A frigid
187.
cold cuts through your body as you see a frozen river. The air becomes even colder as the source of the cold air is coming from this room. The fire jets melt the ice, allowing you to continue
and things like
your
that.
search
Just
for two-toed
being careless, taking a hit here and there, and just like that, it's healed up. So I like it because it lets me play a bit more recklessly, and just like, I can run forward, I can take hits, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to have to shrine or anything just to get my health back. Maybe my mana, but not my health at least.
Which opens the door to the rest of the dungeon.
I did notice that he is a little underleveled. He joined at 4, but, you know, he's being a dragon warrior. He's shouting at things, he's crowd controlling, he's killing stuff. He's killing more stuff than I am, actually. Now, some of that's because I'm skipping some stuff and he's cleaning up behind me, but hey, it's a dirty job, and well, I was going to say someone's got to do it, but that's not strictly speaking true. but he's keeping Dungeon Alert from happening, which I appreciate. I never liked the Zerg style where like you don't kill anything, and anyone who isn't like standing next to you as you go forward is just basically screwed, because if anything takes a step close to them, then they get slowed and like bad things happen.
With bullseyes.
All right, here's the question: did I remember to grab a throwing weapon out of my? All right, well, we'll take this. We'll do this, this.
As the lever flips
Oh,
back,
and he's got it.
Opens.
There we go. He's just like I was when I was in Feywild. Like, under-leveled, but prepared.
The door before you opens as if you were expected.
Yep.
The supposed urban legend speaks to you.
It's about time someone found me. I have long waited.
The legend of Two-Toed Tobias was not just an urban myth.
There we go.
Although it is doubtful that anyone will believe your tale of victory.
And we'll head to Garl. I mean, he can take 5 at this point, since I just saw him ding.
Cove is rumored to be a resting place of Two-Toed Tobias.
And if he does, then he's going to get a lot of power if he's got Feywild gear, like, banked already. Oh, right, you can take this. What kind of roll do we get? Oh. Greater Experience Elixir and 1000 XP. Very nice. Let's see. Are we... No. We've got 3 full ranks before we cap, so we've got some wiggle room here.
Behind this waterfall.
Alright. Songs for you first. In fact, I'll give you a blur too. And then songs for me. Then blur for me. I will make a slightly bigger effort to hit the slimes, because I don't want to tell the fighter it's like, oh yeah, you hit the slimes. That's just rude, really. Like trying to make the fighter hit the things that are going to damage the weapon.
Open, spilling rank-smelling jelly into the water. 1 down. 2 down. Something glistens far beneath the stone bridge. It looks like a clutch of slimy eggs.
And if I get the annoying, like, slow that lasts forever on me, you can cast haste to counteract it. So that's always nice, because that's one of the most annoying things that can happen in this dungeon is, surprise, you're slowed for an extended period of time. It just feels awful, especially on melee. Ooh, soul. Oh, we found another chest.
This huge
I wonder if he did the optional.
vault was once the hideout of
I've seen
Garl the
a lot
Grey
of
and his men.
a lot of
More
Reapers today.
troglodytes' eggs lie in the cistern.
It's like we're only on R1. We can chill out, you know. Alright, let's see if... You know, the other option is I start putting my points into my Feywild thing to get my automatic shield spell. Because I am being too lazy to get a shield wand. Partially because, as I mentioned, with Healing Song on, well, what happens when you have Healing Song on? Oh no, I got hit by magic missiles. Anyway, all my health is back now. So, it's really just kind of a moot point. Like, well, what happens if you don't have your shield up? I've got enough Reaper points that I'm not going to get burst down by them, even if it's a Famine Reaper. Unless the Famine Reaper had just a ridiculous amount of time to charge up.
Be the troglodytes' main den.
Alright, so we got our swap for Featherfall. Never number 1. Egg. That is one nice thing about Sonic Blast, though. Even though they removed the AoE damage to monsters, it still has AoE breaking potential. Assuming that I actually target things. Switch.
A huge
Lever on this
troglodyte
side.
stirs in the mist. This is Zalf,
Stun.
chief
Damage.
Zalf,
Damage. There we go.
progenitor of the eggs, has been
What I
slain.
don't remember is whether or not I get helplessness damage on Soundburst Stun. I think I do because it's a stun, but I haven't double checked that. And sometimes
The
stuff can be
archers
weird.
lies the way to Great Garl's resting place.
Wait, I thought I saw a
Never made it this far.
an elite over there. No? Okay. No elite. And song is one of the fastest ways to get freedom of movement. And by fastest, I mean
Here,
Uh,
in this
the-
sea-flooded cave, are the last of
At the lowest
troglodyte's
level.
eggs.
so... Oh, I was thinking of the next one, where they have Sleep Storm.
Sputtering greasy slime, the last of the
One of those is a
troglodyte's
champ, hit me
eggs
for
rumbles.
70.
The breeding grounds are
I don't
destroyed.
care.
A cave extends deep into the rock behind this waterfall.
Okay. He needs to take a break, which is fine. We can continue on our solo.
The feel of this place has changed.
It will go
The
not
air
as
is
smoothly without him
strangely
to help clean
cold
stuff up,
now,
but
and the scent of old
we can,
decay has
we can make
replaced
do.
the troglodyte's musk.
this build is going to be just fine going at this difficulty level, because as I mentioned, we've got good sustain, and having good sustain means, among other things, you can play aggressively, and also you can play quickly. We can just run this way.
The chill flows out from behind
Now,
the
we
falls,
can't play as
so
aggressively,
strong that the
perhaps,
water makes your
on
feet numb.
this one, because we are in Old Grey Garl, which is a level 7 quest. So we are now under level, since we're playing it on Elite, well, technically on Reaper, but on Elite, which means the quest is level 9. And it's a little annoying because the undead like this are immune to all of like just the casual stunning things that Bard does. So that's unfortunate, but we can make it work.
A grating whisper drifts out
But,
of the
you know,
dark from
same
beyond
map
the
layout,
vault.
same sort of things to do, just different guys to fight, and a slightly different ending because we have to do the whole unlock the door thing at the end.
See the sun again.
Yes. I'm fairly confident that we will in fact see the sun again. Just a hunch. I think we'll manage. Wait, how many points do I have? 0 points. Alright, so I did spend them all. Okay. So when we take level, we should be able to get...
Unholy light shines from
Yes,
the
yes, unholy
sarcophagi
light.
lining this corridor. Gull's wrath
champ.
corrupted them.
Oh,
They
never
must
mind.
be
It's a light bearer
destroyed.
champ. Stop body blocking me. Go away. In any case, so
The stone here is clawed and torn and smells of spices and rot.
rot. What foes have we fought? What wrongs have we wrought? Or if we want to go the more British route, it's like, oh, that's all rot, isn't it? But yes. We should be good to go to finish this one up, even though we are under level. we might have to play this last fight a little more carefully, and by a little more carefully, I mean I'll put up displacement beforehand.
Step you take only hastens your doom.
The air here is so cold that frost
Yeah,
rhymes
these
the
guys.
stones. The chill seems to have come from beneath the water.
Can do some annoying spells. Go, get the key. Oh, he's still here. All right. So when he said he was taking 5, he really did just mean like he's gonna stand up,
The
like
lock
grab a
on the
drink.
door
And that's
here
like
looks
it.
complex, but you might be able to open it with the proper key.
All right. So he's saying he'll be right here. So we're gonna not start this fight until he's in. Now, would I always do this? Not necessarily. Like, usually, yes. But in this case, double yes, because we established earlier that when he knows someone's waiting, he hustles. Oh, he's
A
in.
chest gleams in the frozen light.
Hustles a lot.
This is as the chest opens, a frigid wind sucks the last warmth out of the room. Old Grey Garl has come. Then with a despairing shriek, Old Grey
There we
Garl
go.
dissolves
Another
like a
20K.
pestilent vapor. The cold suffusing the air
We
begins to
have
fade.
1.5 ranks left of leeway. So we might come back to the mines.
Our cave extends deep into the rock
We'll do food,
behind this
and then we'll
waterfall.
do spirits, ghosts, ghosts. I was thinking spirits within like the old Final Fantasy movie that I didn't ever actually see. But no, it's Ghosts of Perdition. And so I shouldn't call it spirits. Spirits is probably something else that I'm also forgetting.
A small building stands curiously alone in the center of the cove.
Why are we calling Prove Your Worth when it's Rackham's trial?
The loathsome
The trial will be treacherous. Be aware of every step you take.
We're gonna do that. I don't think anything in here like energy drains, but can't be too sure. Hello.
You have dismantled the rusty
we
iron
go.
defenders. This is sure to be the
I
first
don't
of
know why the
many.
music is so much louder in this quest than so many others. Made my reflex saves, which is fortunate because I blew up a lot of stuff all at once. You know, I thought that they would
system of ladders
come
leads
to
up the
me,
shaft.
and I could AoE them down.
Physical endurance will be
but
paramount
apparently
in
not.
overcoming this challenge.
Alright, well, my partner will go ahead and clean them up. Up we go. Let's see, we're gonna go to the ladder on the right next. See if we can manage to not get caught on the edge. Oh, that was a much cleaner transition than I expected. Alright, so we're gonna go for this one on our left. There we go. Alright, this one's a 180. I think the next two are 180s. Do you see we got caught on the edge of the ladder there a little bit? It's a problem. It's like, no, you can't grab the ladder. You're touching the edge of the ladder, not the actual rungs of the ladder. And then it's like,
Your muscles are worn and weary.
I hope
The
you got
ascent of
Featherfall,
the
because I did not
agility
learn
and
the spell.
fetid stench of sewer fills your nostrils.
You know, I never actually solved the puzzle in here. I looked up the answer, and I have since memorized the answer, but I never, like, actually looked at how to solve it.
Now the
And by this, I mean the,
cease to exist.
not like this part. This is
Door
whatever.
opens up to reveal an elaborate obstacle course. One wrong step.
A series of levers and
Like this
tracks
piece.
dot the
So, if
walls,
you don't
the
know-
floor, and the ceiling. Only your wit can solve this conundrum.
So we're gonna pull this lever, and we're gonna set these puzzle tiles to basically point at each other. So this one points here, this one points here, and it just goes over like that. And we start on that one, and we pull the lever.
Pulling this lever fires a dart high above, leading you to believe it is a trigger mechanism.
All right. Now we're gonna pull this lever, and hit it again. And I think that does it. I don't think you need to pull the reset button. Okay, maybe you do need to pull the
The
reset
other
lever.
components in the room return to their initial state. This appears to be a reset. The challenge was no match for
Yeah,
your
so you do need to
charm.
pull the reset lever.
The portcullis
Well, see?
rumbles open.
That's the part that I forgot, apparently. That's what I get for never solving it for real.
You hear a metallic clanking from behind, coming closer and closer.
A sweltering wave of heat washes over your body. Rackham's Inferno will take precision and cunning to overcome.
Or it'll take sufficient jump skill. Which means me not bonking. There we go. Like if you have enough jump, you can just grab the edge there. If you don't have quite enough, you can climb onto one of those boxes. So don't break these boxes, like, immediately, just in case you need them to jump off of. Maybar chest. Yeah, just chocolate. Oh no, a trap. I took 30 damage and, oh, never mind, it's done. Is this chest always here? Maybe it's from an optional.
Penzance, first mate of the ill fate, motions for you to come over and speak with him.
These guys, I think, are also immune to a decent amount of crowd control. We're just gonna take the fast way out here. Oh, is that the... Oh, I chose the wrong option. Oh well, we get a little bit of extra XP this way. It just takes slightly longer. No big deal. Oh no! Oh no, the pain. The terrible pain.
You survived the gruels of Rackham's trial.
And there we go.
A small building stands curiously alone in the center of the cove.
Alright. So we'll do ghosts because we have one full rank of slack. So we should be fine to do ghosts, but if we did both, I think we'd overcap. And I don't do the puzzle in this one either. On this one, I just skip it entirely, just because
opening in the rock,
it's,
just
yeah,
large
no.
enough to wiggle through.
Come over here,
A thick
get our
fog
song
rises
going.
up from the water as voices of pirates
Put on the
float
other
along
buffs.
the current. Moonlight shines down from an opening above.
Why are you not moving? Alright. I always forget which of those you need to kill to unlock the lever. Because I know, I'm pretty sure it's not all of them. Like, you need some or perhaps most of them.
A strong breeze gusts from a crack in this wall. Suddenly, the clanking of wood and metal intensifies.
Why must you slow me? Pretty sure this is locked.
You notice a lever on the back of
Oh,
the
never mind.
ornamental
It's
statue.
locked in Epic.
Chilling
Okay.
air,
And there are no traps here in Heroic either.
smells of raw, bloody meat. You hear the gnawing and crunching of bones inside.
Get these.
Again, the
Tag you with a
clattering
dot.
of Warforged. One springs at you, eager to attack. When you pull the lever, you hear the sound
So
of a
talk to
gate
you.
rattling
And
open.
we can pull the lever. So there's a certain order to do these in. Because certain like objects don't spawn unless you've hit certain triggers in here. Like you need to kill those guys for this lever to unlock. In order for the
Farrier
key
calls out
chest
to you.
to spawn
Do
in the
not
captain's
touch
room,
anything. One wrong move could kill me.
you need
Please,
to
speak with me
hit
first.
that dialogue trigger. Yeah. You didn't hit that dialogue trigger of like, this is too complicated. Is there another way? It's like, well, you can kill the dude. It's like, yes, I will do that. So then,
A
after you
voice
come in
calls out from the
here,
back of the room. Please come in. The captain bellows.
How dare you interfere with my operation? Prepare to be wiped from the face of Emerald.
You defeated the captain and ended his illegal smuggling operation.
so this lockbox that has the key in it doesn't spawn unless you already went to the end and talked to that dude. So that's why I head there first. Because if you head here first, you kill him, then you have to go to the guy, and then you have to come back. So fewer trips back and forth if you just go to the end and talk to the dude first. Close window. There we go. Unlock the door.
You have freed Farrier
Boom.
Worley from the ancient
20K.
prison.
Taking 8. Right, and then mines.
The current is drawn into an
I should have
opening
said
in the
scoundrels,
rock, just
because
large
the quest
enough
is named
to
Scoundrels
wiggle
Run,
through.
but hopefully he understood what I meant. Oh, never mind. Real life has interrupted him, so he won't be joining me. Where's the trainer? I don't think there are any here in Three Barrel Cove. Yeah. I'll go back to the harbor. Harbor's got trainers. Bard trainer. Hello, Bard trainer. Well, charisma, yes. And now we just up all of our skills. What do we want? Want Good Hope? We'll take Remove Curse. Just in case. Like, there were curse pots for it, like, strictly speaking, so it's not that vital, but, you know, maybe we don't want to use curse pots. Enchant weapon is added to spellbook. No. Alright, so we can put 1 point into sprint boost, or we can get some extra health and imbue dice. We do not need extra health and imbue dice. So we'll take our action boost. Wild thing. That is Isle of Dread. We are not there yet. Three Barrel Cove. Thank you. The thing is, if he had a couple people in party, I would probably join that group. Just because I think it would be worth it, that it would be fast enough that I could safely skip ahead again. Take me near... Prove your worth. Oh, it doesn't work unless you've turned the quest in. Oh well. We'll run there. I'm not sure which way is faster. It would probably have been faster to go to town, turn in the quest, come back out and teleport. But, you know, then you've got loading screens. And clearly running through the wilderness is faster than waiting on loading screens, even though loading screens are very short. But yes, we're going to head into the mines here, Scoundrel's Run, and then we'll be done with Three Barrel Cove. And we'll head to probably the House K Plaza. And maybe we'll do some of these others, like Red Willow's Ruins. Red Willow's Ruins actually isn't bad if you've got Sprint Boost. So we'll probably hit up House J there.
This mine has not been worked since the pirates first claimed the cove. It now serves to separate pirate from peasant.
This is one that I'd ran so many times, but I had never learned until I actually sat down as like, okay, I should learn this thing. And I did. But that's what it took, like, just kind of following along with people passively. I never ended up actually learning how to do this one. So I had to go out of my way to learn it. Huh, I was expecting to get set on fire there. Alright, we want to stun the Reaper. Made it safe, but he still died. This is fine.
Halak's legs are nearby.
What we don't have is a second big move. We only have Shout right now.
Piece of the idol of Halak.
Which is fine. I mean, it's not bad to have one Shout. But the other stuff is not super inspiring.
The enchanted mosaic here leads to the end of the drawbridge, then over the edge to the room below.
There we go. Over the edge to the room below. We drop down.
The idol of Halak's tail, the second
That's
piece
two.
of the idol.
Two pieces out of 5. And then once we get up here, we get to sprint boost again, because it's just another running section. Because we need to go back up where we just jumped down from. So up and around we go. And this time, we'll just go across the bridge instead of jumping down. And this next section is always funny on hardcore because everyone just kind of looks at each other like, I don't want to do it, you gonna do it? I don't want to do it, you gonna do it? And it usually goes to whoever has evasion. It's not just like someone will buff you with fire resistance and be like, okay, good luck. Because as you saw, unlike some other things that hit me, that hit me for like 100. It hit me for 56 when I made my save. So if you're, say, on hardcore and it's a first life character and you don't have gear, that hurts a lot more than here where I have 350. Also, here's the other way to easily get lost. When you go down that hallway, backtrack to here. All right, what is it? Circle dot. Okay.
The wheels here clearly control the portcullis leading to the room containing the idol's claw.
Okay. So blue gets hit once, and then each of these other ones gets hit 4 times, I believe. So we're just going to keep hitting them in order until that gate opens. And we will click too fast and close the gate on ourselves.
The idol of Halas. The idol is nearly complete. Only one piece left to find.
Now, this piece is one that is like, oh, you need someone else to pull a thing and you can pull a thing. But much like the previous one, there's a better way. You don't need a partner to help you out if you choose to instead kill that person and grab the key. Which can throw you off. It threw me off for a bit. It's like, oh, we've got valves, we've got like things lighting up, we need to do this, that, and the other, and have a hireling. No. Kill the key, and you can just walk straight up.
You have found the last.
There we go. All pieces. Now once again, like if this were epic, obviously we'd just D-door. But we're in heroic, we don't have D-door, so we backtrack. And we sprint boost, which I keep forgetting to hit because we just got it. So we sprint boost our way back this way. And that's the way we came from. We go the other direction, and this is a shortcut back to the beginning. We just drop down. Boom.
A strange pedestal sits in the middle of this room. The idol rests
there we
on
go.
its pedestal, complete again.
Less than 5
Well
minutes.
done.
And we were correct, it did overcap us.
This mine has
Or it
not
would
been
have
worked
overcapped us
since
if we
the
hadn't
pirates
taken 8.
first claimed the cove. It now serves to separate pirate from peasant.
So now we're going to head to House K. Spikes and flies. Yeah. Let's see. K or J? We'll start with K. I don't think there's anything in there that should pose too much difficulty for us. Alright, back to the airship. How are we on our airship buffs? We had lost them. Good. We get our ship buffs back. Take me to House K. Alright, so we're going to do the plaza ones over here. We won't do Taming the Flames because, well, back in the day I would say because it's hard and annoying. Nowadays it is still annoying, but it is less hard because, well, we have, like, my character is better built. We are stronger than we used to be. So we're just going to come in here. We're going to grab our quests. And we're going to go do our quests. Now, 2 of these we won't get our full bravery or delving or whatever the heck they're calling the bonus these days, but it's fine. I like having the House K favor anyway, and it's better to do it while it still gives okay XP, as opposed to when it gives, like, no XP. Of course, we're going to take a lot of damage in this one from Magic Missile, but that is fine.
The stonework in this room is cracked and frosted over from the chilling influence of the ice methods.
Is that all of them? It is all of them. Excellent.
You are struck by the familiar aromas
So we go
of
over this
pungent
way. We can't pick
mushrooms
the
and
lock,
even
so we do
more
need to
pungent
actually
trolls.
go and grab the chest. And they make their saves. Of course they do. It's a fort save. They're trolls. That. Fortunately, we don't need to kill all of these trolls. And there aren't that many guys in this dungeon, so we're not as worried about pulling dungeon alert or anything like that. Now, obviously, it will be a problem if I get earth crab, so we are going to pay a little bit of attention to killing the earth elementals. Just because it's really not good if you get earth crab. But we have pretty good saves. So we're going to try to sneak in what we can. There we go. Just the last one with just the last bit of health got me. Alright. Now we have to kill all of these
This
trolls.
underground storehouse is indescribable. Trollish habits could have created such a startling bouquet of smells.
That one has a dot on them, so they should die. We want to gather these guys up so we can AoE them more easily.
All the trolls
There we
have
go.
been slain.
So people don't usually think of these House K quests as like really good XP, but as you just saw, they're fast enough that we got like, okay, that's not a fair comparison. I was just thinking like, that's not a fair comparison on the amount of XP we get because we do have this 30% pot on right now. But it's still like 6k in under 3 minutes, so it's still not bad. Off we go. Ah, yes. Gotta love being able to crowd control undead thanks to the power of Feywild gear. That's the Crown of Snow proc going off that's freezing them. It doesn't go off a lot, but it's handy when it does. So we're not going to spend a whole lot of effort to try to kill all the guys here. Like, we'll snipe stuff as we walk by, but fortunately, particularly these wolves, they run pretty quickly, so they'll group up for AoE pretty easily as well. So yeah, we're just going to jump this way so we can get an angle on the cone. Grab our chest and nuke a little bit more. Now you'll note that we did take some hits there, which is fine, mostly because, well, oh look, we're healed back up again. And again, I forgot that I should be hitting sprint boost because I didn't have it. I haven't had it in a couple lives. I'm relatively durable, but I still shouldn't just like blatantly stand in things of flame. Oh, he's standing close enough that he's getting healed. Come on. Thank you. There we go. So yeah, 2 minutes flat, like 3,000-ish. So they don't give big XP because it doesn't give you very much XP, but 2k a minute's not bad. Especially since that one I was over level 4, so we didn't get the full first time bonus. Casting the spell so I get slowed down while standing in the trap is perhaps not the brightest idea, But it does work a bit, probably a little. Okay. This is the one that we do not want to cast our single target spell that breaks a bunch of boxes, because we don't want to break a bunch of boxes. It just spawns a bunch of dudes, and we don't want to spawn a bunch of dudes. Like, this is normally where I'd like be sniping these guys with single target stuff, but we don't want to because our main single target spell breaks all nearby breakables, which is usually good, but not here. So we're going to avoid it. You pull this lever, then we should be able to turn around, keep our dungeon alert down, and run to the end. Alright, so we're on green dungeon alert. Not bad. It means we'll probably go up to yellow when we pull the boss. Yep, there it is. And yeah. This one, we weren't over level 4, so, you know, 6k, 1.5 minutes. I mean, that is with a 30% pot, so, you know, say maybe 5k in 1.5 minutes, which is still decent. It's just that the chain itself is not particularly long, so we just don't have a ton of XP here. But we wanted the favor, and they take very little time to get done with, so get the animation, cancel our song, and get on our way. Now, this is one where it'd be handy to have a trapper, but fortunately, we can just kind of stand over here when we pull the lever, so we don't get hit by all that poison damage. Ah, timed it wrong. That one. And if you need to know where the trap boxes are in this one, all of the trap boxes in this quest, as far as like the ones by the levers, they're like right next to the levers, so they're very easy to locate. So, like, it's not like some of the Phyrexian Carnival ones where it's just like, oh, the box for this trap, it's way over there, far away from the trap. No, like the box is like right there. Thank you. Alright, get our rem chest, and be on our way. Just kind of snipe some as we go by. Yes, I am doing a bard life. I tried out the new Chaos Sork last life. Could we open that optional? Yes, we could. Are we going to? No. Oh, you interrupted my door opening. That was rude of you. At least they only did it once. I do love having freedom of movement this early on.
The last of the wraiths fades into nothingness, and suddenly the air gains back a measure of warmth. In the distance, you hear stone grating against stone.
Doing some iconics? Yeah, I actually did iconics before that. At this point, I'm basically running like iconics until I get enough whatchamacallit, tokens to do 3 racials, and then I do racials, and then I go back to iconics. What was the last iconic I did? I've forgotten. I think I did an Inquisitive build, but I forget which iconic I based it on. Alright, so those were the ones that I wanted to do there. And then we'll head over to do House J. We'll do Red Willow's Ruins and those. I haven't done those in a while. One level away from capping? Which cap? Oh, wait, yeah, you said you're on iconic, so... You mean 34 cap? Have you already been up to increase your cap from 32 to 34? The House Draenor ones are kind of interesting. Some are definitely trickier than others, but it's an interesting kind of zone. It's a little harder than most others, but that's not too bad. There's lots of room for harder stuff in the game. And if it's too hard for any particular group, well, you just turn down the difficulty. Like, most of the difficulties are... Oh, interesting. Now, the 2 lives that you get for iconics, one of them is a class life. So, the thing is, I'm not trying to grind my class lives right now. You haven't gotten any past 32? Okay. Yeah, I was already at 32. Oh, quick ad break. So, I don't know who all gets ads and who doesn't. I do keep them to a minute and a half, just because, me personally, when I'm watching streams, 3 minutes feels too long. But, yeah.
Patrolling monsters have trampled.
So I will finish answering that question, or I'll finish that comment about the what? About Myth Draenor after this ad break is over. Because we don't want to leave people out of things.
5 haggard-looking
But we do
halflings
want
can be
to
spied through the thick
avoid
jungle. Red Willow, an important missive has been handed over to your party. Somewhere in the jungle,
what do we want to avoid?
Well,
we want to avoid a lot of things, but right now we're trying to avoid pre-roll ads. And that's what we're avoiding. We are avoiding pre-roll ads. Now, if you are watching on YouTube, you are not getting this ad.
Trolls bar the way ahead. Among them is a dark, scaly champion whose eyes burn with hate.
Alright, there's the necklace we wanted. And now we're just going to run. I should set up stream elements to alert me when the ad is finished. Or I should have taken note of the timestamp when it started. That's true, you can grind out Architect instead of Class if you have them all done. But yeah, I was in the middle of leveling when the expansion hit for the cap going up, but I was on an iconic life, so I did play it until the new cap, because I wanted to, like, try out Myth Draenor, see what it was like and all that. So, we've got that, and fortunately, much like before, it's the same as with 32, that when you reincarnate, you'll get back to 34 again as soon as you hit 30, or at least you're eligible to. You don't have to take it, but you can, just like before. There's research notes. I'm gonna get a dungeon alert here again.
You have recovered all
Loaded
of
container.
the lost items Red Willow described.
Yeah,
Return them
and we're
to
not
the
going to do the
half-orcs
optional.
Red
I don't
Willow's
need
camp.
the, There's a special rapier, I think, that drops from the optional in here that's got enhanced crit range. But I think I already have one banked, so I'm not going to bother farming it. Plus, you know, if I wanted to farm it, it's a relatively easy farm. Because it's an optional chest. You don't need to finish the quest. You don't need to do any of this side stuff. All you need to do is basically talk to Red Willow and then sprint all the way to the far end where the drow are, and then you fight them. But yeah. Let's use Just like, am I threatened by these night scorpions? No.
You have returned the items to their caretakers. Red Willow has
But
opened a
they
gate
are
that
body
leads
blocking me to
the
keep me from
culprit
turning in
behind
quest
this
items.
invasion. Red Willow's
Which
gate
is very rude of
deposits
them.
you into the center of a long, overgrown ruin.
Double Reaper.
Something is not right.
I suppose if I were really concerned, I can always do that. Because I did learn color spray. Actually, you know, while we're here,
Well fortified
might as well put up
guard.
displacement for
You
the
have
final
found your
fight.
way to the giant leader's stronghold. You will need cunning to defeat this.
Okay, this, like, knockback and damage from the Arborian one is actually adding up a lot. After all that shit I talked about how hard sustain is
Defiance.
so strong,
Deadly blow is
it would be
all
a
of
little
the
embarrassing if we
tribe
just
is
straight up
shattered.
died here. Yeah, I'm just on R1, since I'm solo and all. But yeah, Red Willows. 4 minutes, 9k. Not bad. Call it 8, 8.5 without the pot. So while these have been overshadowed by things like Dread and Feywild and Three Barrel Cove, there's other stuff in this range that still gives okay XP. It's just not quite as condensed or have a saga at the end. I think after this one, I will take 9 and head
As you venture
into
the forgotten crypt,
Dread.
you are struck by
Hello,
an
Carnage Reaper.
overwhelming
I swear
surge
you
of
weren't there a
despair.
second ago. Aha! My stream is slightly behind me, so I could look at it and be like, yep, the Carnage
stones
Reaper
on the
did in
walls
fact
seem
just
to
randomly
mirror.
pop into
You
existence.
watch in horror as the flesh rots and falls from your face. Then you hear the scraping of chains rattle and clank as a heavy stone barrier grinds
We want
open.
to do that. To open this, we want to stand
Terrible,
in the
bloody
middle.
pedestal groans with remembered agony. Ahead, you hear gurgling laughter.
White Priest.
All around you, dry bones rattle.
See if
and
I get
shiver in
shot.
the dust.
I do not.
Ahead, more
Now,
victims
the
of
thing
white
is
blade
that
ooze
obviously
forth.
I actually have to kill this stuff,
Half-light already.
because there is a kill requirement in this quest.
Cruelty
You need to
and
kill
hunger
at least a
assault
certain
your
number
mind.
for the
Something
quest to
beyond
complete.
sanity has turned this chapel into a pulsing heart of evil.
But it's not that many. I only need to kill 2 more. There we go. There we go. And this is just so that they don't interrupt me recalling. Excellent. As an archer spawns in behind me to interrupt me recalling. So yes. Again, there's not much XP in this quest, so it's not worth going out of your way to do. But if you're in the area, it only takes a minute. So they kind of do and kind of don't. Like, when you go to a quest, it says, like, how long the quest is. Like, they're classified as, like, short, medium, long, or very long. The trick is that these don't map exactly to how long they take to run, and it's why some quests have so good XP compared to others, because they're classified as, like, extra long, so they have the extra XP that you get for it being extra long. But if you know the mechanics, like, maybe it has a skip if you unlock a door. Maybe it has just, like, branching areas where if you're in a group, you can each take one branch and it goes ridiculously fast. And these all basically make the real duration different. We will take 1 to DCs, please. Thank you. Alright, we have 1 more point. We will put our 1 more point into more sprint boost. And yes, you're right. Sometimes it is a lie. In fact, it is often not entirely accurate. The thing is, if they actually did that, it depends on which direction they went. Because I can see a lot of people getting very angry if they, say, corrected some of these quests that say they're very long, but are actually quite quick. Like, if they adjusted them downward, like, they ruined everything. Oh, I need to go to the bank and get my new trinket.
Foxpaw stands on the black sand beach, surrounded by wreckage. He doesn't seem to know where he is, or how he got there. Foxpaw doesn't remember how you ended up on
I'm
this
not sure
distant
how
shore.
that particular change would add a ton
Tell
of
him the
lag.
story. A tale of pirates.
Like, there are some
shipwreck,
things that I
an
can see
angry
how it
god.
would add lag. That change is
It
one
all
I'm not
started
quite following
back
you
in
on.
Storm Reach. Foxpaw had
I
sent a
think
message
someone said
summoning
something
you to the
recently,
harbor.
like, I only heard it
Before
in
you could find
passing,
him, you were
but
accosted
apparently
by
there
a
was a
mysterious
mention made
stranger.
of, like,
The
server
stranger
merges,
vanished as suddenly as he appeared.
which,
Then,
as
Foxpaw
far
hailed you
as
from the water's
server
edge.
population and having people to play with, is a great
Strange
idea.
teleporting island.
As far as lag is
Foxpaw said
concerned,
he wanted to show
maybe
you
not a
some
good idea,
experiment
unless,
related
like,
to
they
the conch of
changed their,
secrets. He had mounted the magical artifact
some of their
on
infrastructure
arcane
to
device.
be like, oh, maybe we have different dungeon servers or something.
Creating bait to draw
So
the
that
pirates
if
to you.
there's a lot of people playing, maybe
Bold strategy,
they're not all in the same place. So instead of having, you know, Kenneth and Orion or Orion or whatever it's pronounced as, and that it's just like sharded.
This time you won't escape. Surrender now, and my shipmates won't have to break any of
Do
your
I have to
bones.
add the time somewhere?
Then the mysterious stranger shimmered into view again. The pirates instantly fell to their knees, and a strange feeling washed over
I don't
you.
know if they would have to add time. Like, if we're just talking about them rebalancing, let's say they're not even changing XP directly, like the base XP values. Let's say they just reappraised
Taking on a new
the
and
classification.
terrifying shape.
So, like, they look at their short, long, medium long, very long, and they look at how long it actually takes groups to do, and they
As if in a trance,
reassign ones that might be
obediently
incorrect
retrieved
now.
the conch of secrets.
That would have an effect on XP because of it would mess with the multiplier, but I don't think they would go the route of like artificially adding time, if that makes sense.
Give the artifact to this.
And I think an interesting effect of that might be
These fools
if they made the time categories based on solo time, because it would encourage and it would most heavily benefit
defenses are
quests that have branching paths that as a party you could split in. So it would
examination.
increase the bonus for being in a party even more, because like, oh, this has like these 3 branches that you need to go down, so it's going to give a bunch more experience because that's going to take forever. It's like, well, unless you're in a group, in which case it doesn't take forever.
Imprisoned inside the brig of the pirate ship.
Cyclonic Blast knockdown. I thought you were already dead. So this quest is probably the one that kills me the most on like runs on my main character, because not the boss part of the boss fight, but the caster part of the boss fight. Like, if you get chain CC'd by the Cyclonic Rifts, then you're gonna get screwed. You can just be like continuously knocked down, and the Cyclonic Blasts will just keep hitting you for like 100 each. Now, there are ways to avoid this, but I have historically not done a good job of
Isle of Dread,
playing around it.
though it was less of a charm and more of a list of magical incantations.
What's not getting saved anywhere recently? Like how long groups take to run stuff?
There were multiple references
I somehow
to
doubt
the
that.
elemental
Like, I bet they've got some sort of metrics on it. I don't know if they're like using them well. or if they're making a lot of gameplay decisions based off of it, but that seems like the sort of thing that would
Muffled voice called up from up
get
above.
logged somewhere.
All hands
Even
on
if it's
deck.
just,
The
even if it's
signal's
not
up.
logged
The
directly,
island is
there's got to be
teleporting.
some sort of like server log for like
And we're on the other side.
player enters instance, player leaves instance sort of thing, you know?
Wildlife. Sink me. How did those bilge rats get out of their cage?
Oh, that's why. Like, I was trying to kill these guys as soon as they spawned, and then they didn't spawn. I'm gonna try to stun them so we don't get knocked down. There we go. We're all good. We've managed to strafe enough that we did not get chain CC'd. And the other thing is that these guys do a lot of damage. And a lot of classes can't CC them. And among other things, evasion doesn't work on them because their like icicle shot thing is actually a fort save, not a reflex save. So you don't get to evade on fort saves. Yeah, their code is, by their own admission, like a giant mess. Which, I mean,
Forget any thought.
pretty much any code base that is in continuous development for as long as D&D has been, you know, released, which is not even like in development because, you know, they had to start coding before they released it. Like, it's an old code base. There'd be dragons in there.
I will attend to you in due time. For now, make your way.
Maybe we
on
should
the
heal
Isle of
Foxpaw up a little bit.
If you can.
Oh, no, never mind. Foxpaw's dead.
Ruler's ship was now adrift.
Unfortunate.
There was a sudden thud, then a rending crack. A gigantic creature reared out of the depths, shattering the wooden ship. You were forced to swim for your life. Fortunately, the ship had sunk near that strange teleporting island. You soon found yourself near shore.
Alright. So yeah, if I recall correctly, Dread is good XP if your build is strong enough to do it on level.
And so we found ourselves
14 and
held
yeah,
captive by
14
the
and
god
7.
Vecna.
So
Shipwrecked. On the
this one in
mysterious
particular is
Isle
not
of
good,
Dread.
but like the T-Rex one is very good. That one is particularly bad for XP just because you've got like 3 minutes of cutscenes in it from the initial like Vecna thing and then the shipwreck scene. It's like, it's a lot. Okay, banker. Let's see, did I already pull the trinkets out of the bank? It's thinking about it. It'll load it eventually. Show me trinkets. Emblem of Elemental Evil. Thank you very much. Where is it? There it is. Profane Life. 5 to all resists. Got some natural armor. Got Constitution. And I put a Sapphire Defense in it, so it covers sheltering. So yeah, 9146 is not too bad for level 9. For PRR and MRR and light armor. Let's grab all of these. Oh, the guy who was doing it is just finishing up. Create, edit, LFM. Update my party. Selected dungeon locked. I'm not in that dungeon anymore. I have left that dungeon. Don't lock it. Don't let me not change it because you think I'm still in the dungeon. I'm not still in the dungeon. Maybe if I turn it in, it'll give up. Alright, off to fight a crab. We will see if we can attack its weak spot for massive damage. We've only got like a little under half hour left on our XP pot, so this is probably the wrong order. I would probably want to make sure I could hit Hail to the King before, but we'll see what we can do.
You arrive on the shore of this small island. In the distance, you can see the Kopru's encampment, a fortified stone structure built into a natural rocky enclosure.
Alright, we get
Just ahead, you spot the
Death
man you were
Lord.
sent to meet. Owen Reeve, a former slave who has been freed from the Kopru's mind control. Owen Reeves informs you that the curse monolith is protected by a gigantic crab. Yet the Kopru also fear the dark energies.
This one also has a bit of an RP session in the beginning because you have to wait for some things to spawn. Like, these levers don't go active for a while.
Stand at attention before the gate. When they see you, they charge forward. You enter the natural stone enclosure. Inside,
You need to wait for
you
these
notice
guys
4
to
ballistas
aggro,
along
and
the
then
perimeter,
after
each
they
aimed at the
aggro,
giant crab.
the
Behind it,
levers don't
you see the
unlock until
cursed monolith
like
in
just
the
as the
hands of a
second
tall
set
statue.
spawns.
You overhear a conversation between a Kopru lieutenant and a guard.
Use caution.
Says the Kopru.
Make sure the beast remains calm. The safety of the monolith depends on it. You cannot let it remain unprotected for even a minute.
The Kopru suddenly turns toward you.
Intruders! You cannot allow them near the wall.
Alright, invisibility did not help me.
Rally them, charge! Beware the crab. We shall
Alright,
begin
invisibility should
to
help
take
me
care of these
from like the
foes.
newly spawned guys.
A mystic barrier shimmers into being.
I forget which ones
and
it
bars
is.
you
It's
from
like,
exiting
okay,
the
so
arena.
this is
The Kopru lieutenant
far left.
crumbles at your feet. The crab emerges from
Sides.
the sand. It rears up, exposing its belly. Now is your chance to immobilize the beast. The rogue hits the ground with a thud and remains still. A Kopru officer appears, along with a slew of reinforcements. The crab emerges from the sand. It rears up, exposing its belly. Now is your chance to immobilize the beast. The Kopru lets out a garbled cry before slumping into the sand.
Okay, this is
A group of reinforcements enters
right
the arena.
to
The crab emerges from the sand. It rears up, exposing its belly. Now is your chance to
lucky.
immobilize
Got
the
it just in time.
The bolt careens into the crab's underbelly, knocking it off balance and stunning it. The force fields surrounding both the crab and the monolith fade away.
Alright. And we're good to go.
You touch the monolith and feel a jolt of energy as the
There we go.
attunement is bestowed upon you.
Visibility and finish. Just in case. We'll see if this raptor finds me. Did we get away with it? Ah, we have pulled off a heist. Crab down. Let's see. We're gonna rotate up through tar pits first, I think. The next closest level to me, besides the guy on the last quest here in Dread, is Giant Hold. Not a lot of people on tonight. Or everyone wanted to like log in at Cap to do the new raid that came out today. So no one was, or rather fewer people were jumping on their TR train because it's like, well, the raid comes out today. Why would I TR? I don't know almost anything about the raid besides that it said something about a Dracolich. And it came out today. That's the two things I know about it. Also, yeah, it's like Myth Draenor related, but I think everyone knew that.
Someone within the Tar Ogre tribe has been harnessing the power of the nearby tar pits to create monsters. It must be stopped.
Oh, this isn't going to be useful at all. Slimes are not affected by invisibility.
This bubbling tar pit is strewn with rocks that can be jumped across, though falling in is not recommended.
He's dead because I put a dot on him, so this is fine. Obviously, we can't let all this stuff build up, because we already don't have amazing single target damage, so trying to fight a boss while he has like orange or red dungeon alert is just a non-starter. Wait, gonna... There we go. Obviously, if we could have invisibility run most of this and avoided aggro in the first place, that would be ideal. But we didn't do that, so we're not going to worry about it.
An even larger tar pit blocks the way forward. The tar surges fiercely, causing rocks to surface, then submerge. Jumping across is possible.
Wait like 2 seconds. Jump there, jump there, jump. Oh, I'm going to fall in deep tar. There we go. We have successfully completed the jumping section. Take care of that a little bit. Oh, that is a depth perception problem on my part. It's just like they're here, right? No, they were not there. Now, one thing that doesn't come up as often when people talk about damage is your defenses and how your defenses can affect your damage. In this case, my defensive abilities, like my ability to not die, directly affect my DPS and my mana usage, because it means I can safely gather up bigger groups. Like, if I had to worry about dying from groups that size, I couldn't gather, which means my spells are less efficient because they're hitting fewer guys at once.
With the High Shaman defeated, the Tar tribe won't be able
And
to
of course,
more of these monstrosities.
less overall damage because I'm hitting fewer guys at once. So there's that. But yeah, alright, 3 minutes, 13k. Although I actually got 20. Actually got 20k. So we're going, yeah, that way. Let's see, so this isn't spiders and flies. This is this Triceratops, or is this Hail to the King? I forget which is which in the order of this cycle. I think this is Trials of the Triceratops. No, it's King, baby. King me. Alright. This one is usually pretty quick.
The beast known as Scythemaw has been terrorizing this part of the bamboo grove. It's time to hunt him down. You hear a rustling noise in the bamboo.
I have made the mistake here of going too fast before, and you can actually, like, depending on how you jump down or how you're moving, you can skip a trigger here. And then you have to go back and do it.
You spot Scytheball.
There we go. I think that's the trigger that I had missed before.
Several smaller dinosaurs as he lumbers by. Scytheball runs by on the rise above. He appears to be chasing something. A massive saber-toothed cat launches itself out of a small cave entrance.
No, we are
Clearly startled, the
no
spike
longer.
of a dinosaur lashes out at everything nearby.
Oh, wait, no. We're back into red. Oh, there we go. Some of them caught up, so I can catch them in AoEs now. I thought that more of them would catch up and I could AoE them down, but it appears that they are being slow and or stuck on
As the
things.
dinosaur falls, he hears a
So
sound
it looks like I might have to fight Scythemaw with orange? Let's not. I have screwed myself over on time by skipping too many things. Okay. I will keep a note of that. Well, the other option was, of course, to fight Scythemaw at Orange Alert, which is not the end of the world, but again, I don't have a ton of single target damage because I am baseline Bard, not
The
Stormsinger.
massive Tyrannosaur eyes you warily, focused on protecting its kill.
Yeah. Even just with,
Clearly shaken by your strength, Scytheball smashes through the battle, exposing another trail. Realizing he's cornered, Scytheball lets out a defiant roar. Then he launches himself back into the fight.
we're just gonna put up some fences.
The last of his life spent, Scytheball collapses into the ground.
24k in
with a
3 minutes.
resounding
There's a
crash.
reason why I remember this one as having some of the best XP per minute. Alright, and people should be back from ad break shortly. I didn't used to run ads, and then they changed how things work. Ah, there we go. According to the dashboard, the ad is over. Everyone is free from ad jail. But yes, I didn't used to run ads, or at least I didn't used to run as many ads, and then they changed how ads work. And they set a specific cutoff. And the cutoff that you may have noticed that a lot of people are adhering to, it's because there is a pretty good payoff for adhering to the recommended number. And the recommended amount of ads is 3 minutes per hour. Now, I've split mine up into 2 1.5 minute blocks, and that's because when I am watching someone, 3 minutes of ads is enough for me to like not want to bother hanging around. So I've split mine up into 1.5 minute blocks, which is fine. The other big way to do this would, of course, be have the 3 minute blocks, but like acknowledge them and use them to take an AFK, which works too. But the main benefit, since I mentioned it and then I got distracted, the main benefit that Twitch dangles as the carrot for, like, are you sure you don't want to run at least 3 minutes of ads per hour? Is that if you run 3 minutes of ads per hour, they turn off pre-rolls. Pre-rolls are those ads you see when you click on someone's stream.
You can't help but wonder
And the thing
how
is
these Fae made their
that
way
if
here.
you've spent any amount of time using a platform, or, you know, looked at any stats about a platform, if the first thing people see when they are curious and like, hey, I wonder what this is an ad, chances are they might just be like, ugh, an ad. I'm not gonna bother. So instead, we manually let our ads run 3 minutes an hour so that if people are like, hey, I wonder what's going on over here, the first thing they see when they enter the stream isn't an ad.
They were last seen near the escape system. Before you can learn more, a scream echoes nearby.
Which is kind of like the carrot and the stick, because, well, the carrot is, we'll turn off pre-rolls, and the stick is, we have pre-rolls in the first place if you don't do it. So that is why we have more ads now than we used to. And unfortunately, that is how Twitch operates at the moment. I don't know how YouTube operates, but I don't really understand how YouTube streaming works in general. Like, don't get me wrong, I am multi-streaming. I am live on YouTube right now as well. But the like the discoverability of it, like as a YouTube user, it's like, if I wanted to find a live stream on YouTube, last time I looked, there is not a good way to just like look for and find it. Like, it's not there. Like, I looked at like maybe the gaming section, and then it was like, well, where is it? Now, if you do watch streams, sometimes streams will show up in your recommended, but I don't know how people get into it in the first place. Like, how do people get into that side of the algorithm? How would I put myself into the algorithm so that, you know, people who would be interested would see it? And this is actually something that some people miss, because it's not about getting as many eyes on you as possible, because, you know, most people don't care, like, at all. Just because you're doing a particular kind of content. Like, if I was doing deep dive Warhammer 40k lore videos, well, that content has an audience, but if you just present it to random YouTube user, well, most of them aren't interested. You have to show it to people who are interested. And in this case, I don't know how I would convince YouTube to show anything I do to people who might be interested in things that I do. But it is fine. If I actually wanted to pay too much attention to this, I would do something other than stream like maybe once a month. I would, step one before any of this other stuff would be actually stream consistently.
The captive points to the western corridor.
I was about to say, it's like, I recognize the guy's name who joined as like the guy who was already doing Dread. It's like, oh, maybe he's like farming drops or something, so now he's going to join my run too. It's like, no, it was a misclick. Which, you know, makes sense. We're going to do this so that we can group you all up for a cone attack. Where's the Carnage Reaper? There you are. Okay, so the Shaman. Now this is one of the places that I know, unlike some of the others that I was only suspicious, this is one of the places that I know that they have started casting Level Drain. So it's very nice that we have Death Block here.
A grate can be heard closing as you enter the chamber. A druid stands nearby, protected by a metal shield. When he spots you, he calls.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Because it's not something you choose when you level up. It's just something you get automatically for level 9 Bard. I have my 10th health again for hitting level 9.
The ground beneath your feet gives way! The floor in this chamber is coated with a strange, slick substance. You slide towards the cavern opening further down the corridor. The slick passage gives way to a stone chamber. Marauders line the walls, cheering as you fall into the arena pit. Below, the Triceratops stamps its feet, awaiting your arrival. The Triceratops falls to the floor, barely breathing. Cursing your impudence, the
them
marauder
down.
druid enters the arena.
Maybe them down some more.
The druid pitches to the floor, dead. The Triceratops seems to grow visibly calmer.
Okay, now this is the kind of guy who might
Escape this cruel arena.
kill me, but you know, he's not quite strong enough. Now we just need to talk to this one, to break us out of here, and we're good to go.
Freed from the druid's influence, the Triceratops seems to be much more docile. The creature stands, eyes the wooden gate, and charges. The Triceratops charges
Boom,
the
there we
large
go.
wooded gate,
A little
opening the
longer,
way
6
for you to
minutes, but
escape the arena.
lots of XP. And if I recall correctly, like you can like go up and around for Whispers of Return. But I'm going to take the other route where you leave town and head to the right and hit the hit one of the longer ones first. I don't know if 8 minutes, including in the wilderness, is going to be long enough, though. If not, then oh well. I got good use out of this potion. This potion lasted through Three Barrel Cove. It lasted through all of Feywild. It's lasted me through, you know, some of Dread. So. What else am I going to do? Not use the potion? It's... might as well. And we're just going to clear a bunch of inventory space, just in case. Oh, there we go. So now we have the last of our sprint. Got a little bit more resistance, and we got 10 health. So, just nice all around. Off we go. So yeah, this is the other route to take, which is you can come up here and cross over. Grab this on the way.
I am Vecna, a whispered one, god of secrets. Over the eons I have done much and seen more. Conquered
Yes,
worlds,
yes, you are Vecna. We get it.
transcended death, ripped divinity from the hands of the gods themselves. Secrets. They surround us, hidden in deep shadows.
Yeah, we got
obscure corners.
most of a rank
Secrets.
before we're eligible to
Promise
take 10.
knowledge, control.
And if we
Power.
want to take 10, we can do it. If we want to stay at 9,
God though I am, that will
like
change.
after Dread, we still have like Sentinel's Stormreach chain we could do. Let's see. The Temple of Elemental Evil is actually 8 now, as opposed to the 7 that it used to be. So we can take 10 if we wanted to do that. But there's lots to be done. Alright, so it took us like 30 seconds to run through the wilderness to get
According
here.
to the islanders, gargoyles roost in the canyon ruins beyond
This
this weather-beaten gateway.
Is a longer one, so we'll see if we can do it. Especially without D-Door.
Behind the waterfall
Alright.
just ahead, you spy a
make this
large
jump.
door embedded in the mountain. That must be the entrance to the hidden crypt, the location
Yeah,
of the missing
nice.
tomb, and the lair of this canyon's tribe of gargoyles.
Probably would have been easier if I had hit sprint boost, but, you know, can't all be winners. And where are we going? We're going in there. Off we go. I think we have to kill all of these before we can move on. Slows us down a little bit, uses up some of our sprint boost time, but you know, we do what we can when we can with what we can. The other question we have for leveling is whether or not we want to go in the same order. So there are a couple ways that we can do it. Like we can rush a bit of the what? What are we rushing? We can rush some our stuff to get our increased aura, which is nice. Where's our... oh, he's not coming for us. If you guys could stop the constant barrage of missiles, I would appreciate it. And we don't want to get mummy rocks, we keep our distance. And we already grabbed the crest, because that's what started the fight. And now we can get on our way. Oh. It helps if we sing ourselves songs. I was like, why am I not healing? Like, well, because I hadn't given myself songs yet. The bard songs tend to be more effective if you actually sing them. So yes, this is where we would normally want to de-door after we did this section, but we do not have de-door, so we're going to have to come back through this way. I forget if you need to kill these to open it. Need? No. Like, mechanically, no. But the, but as far as like, can you dodge this many spiders? Come on, go down. Maybe I should have done displacement.
And its arachnid companions. First is blocked by a large web.
Oh, he's a red name, so he gets a bunch of extra defenses because I had Dungeon Alert on. Unfortunate. There's a crest. So, Night Revels. And one of these. We're going to hit our sprint boost after we climb the ladder. It goes down just to make sure we don't get more Dungeon Alert later, and we are going to haul ass out of here. You know what? I should have just cast invisibility on myself there. This one is way further to the left than it looks like. The ladder is actually like here. It's like, it's not centered like here like you think it is, it's centered here. So, if you're having trouble getting onto this, try going a little bit more to the left. It's something that I had issues with for a while before I figured it out. So now I shall pass that on to you, and to all others who wish to know it. And with Featherfall, we should be able to grab this pretty easily. And off we go, some more. Alright, so we've wasted a sprint boost again, which is fine.
You spy one of the crests you're looking for in the back of the room, locked behind a gate.
We activate this, and 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 that again. There we go.
The last rune in this puzzle grows to life. Then water elementals form
We're
in
gonna
the
do
water
it quick.
below.
Oh, never mind. My plans got interrupted. gonna say we're gonna do a quick lap around the room, because what I wanted to do was wake up all the zombies so that they could be grouped up, because a lot of them don't spawn until you walk near them. But then I had the double Reaper spawn, so I was like, oh, never mind, I will take care of this first. And down we go. So yes, we are doing a lot of swimming. And yeah, as expected, going for the longer, hello? My stream is still live. It looks like my stream is still live. Server crash? Hello? Am I going to disconnect and drown to death? My connection to the chat server has been lost. Yeah, my connection to the everything server has been lost. Okay. Kath appears to be exploding. Well, how's everyone else's night going? Apparently Kenneth's is not going well. I was about to say that I wasn't going to finish before my experience pot wore off. But, yeah. I definitely won't now. Let us double check something. Alright. It looks like no DDO tweets about a server going down. Although it would be pretty fast if they'd like tweeted in just a... Oh, wait, we're back? Okay, sure, why not? I do find it amusing that we didn't die. We didn't die even though we were out of breath. Because, survey says... bard songs. The songs and all were strong enough to keep us healed through drowning. So that's nice. Alright, and don't want to forget to grab the crest before we leave. Because unlike the last one, where like... Oh, sorry, the first one we went to, where when you pick up the crest it starts the fight. That is one I have forgotten, because like you went down, you did all the things, and now you're ready to go, right? No, but when you come out, you still need to actually do the thing. This is the wrong one. These are the right ones. You'll see that this one, the middle line of the ladder, is like here. It's a little bit more to the right. So. Let me double check OBS one moment. Okay. We're gonna tone down that a little bit. Because the combat music in Dread is just louder than most, for no apparent reason. So, if there's anyone in chat who could tell me if the audio balance is a little better now, I would appreciate it.
Surely you will find them hidden somewhere in the canyon. You slot all three crests into their place, opening your path.
So yes, now we can go for the ending.
You finally arrive inside the hidden crypt. to take a moment to rest before continuing your search for the artifact.
And off we go. What I should have done is something I used to do, but I got out of practice with because, you know, I haven't streamed as much. Is what I used to do is I used to do an audio check before I started stream, where I'd just, like, you know, record like 10 seconds and see if I liked the audio balance. That's how I should be doing things. But it's not how I am doing things because I am out of practice and just not as what? I think out of practice pretty much covers it. I'm not paying as much attention, we'll say. But yes, it looks like that was server side.
You emerge into a crumbling ruin, the gargoyle's lair. When the beasts see you approach, they rouse themselves from their slumber and attack.
It's like they're healing, but can I? Yes, we can overpower the healing.
Into dust. Now you are free to search for the treasure without danger. A secret door slides open.
Pendant of the Sky and Arrowbound Topaz.
Along with the book you've been sent to find. You take the book from the pile and also help yourself
Yeah,
to any other
20k in
valuables that
12
catch your
minutes.
eye.
Not nearly as good as the others, but, you know, sometimes the server decides to, like, lag for a minute or two.
The islanders, gargoyles roost in the canyon ruins beyond this weather-beaten gateway.
And sometimes that poses a problem. Well, pretty much any time the server lags for that long is going to be a problem. But, you know, maybe it's a good problem to have. It isn't, but we'll just keep saying maybe until we convince ourselves that there's plausible deniability.
The local bullywugs have transformed the ancient structure into their home.
You make your way into the massive decaying structure. While the engravings on the wall show the structure was built by the Kopru.
Okay, I'm pretty sure you don't have to kill this first set in order to proceed. But we'll do that to keep the numbers down a little bit. We're going to take a chunk of damage here because we're just going to run right in and touch this. Ooh, I thought that would miss. There we go. And these we do have to kill. So we're going to try to pull them in such a way that we can get good AoE off. Yep. Unfortunately, I didn't catch the hunter in the AoEs. It's fine. We will make do. Yep. Stupid life force locks.
This spacious chamber is strewn with what must be bodyworks. A series of platforms rise above the floor. Two large wheels with a series of
Why did they all run off that direction? Interesting. We're gonna toss that on you and then come up here. Because I'm pretty sure that the levers to unlock the things are up here. I know that the instructions for how to do the wheels are up here. So, but I think the small levers are also what unlock the wheels in order to be able to use them. Like this one.
As the lever is thrown, loud clicks can be heard from the
There we go. Alright, purple is red. And blue is triangle. You only really need one of these, though.
As the last sigil rotates,
Because you just set the one you know, and then you rotate the other one until the door opens.
the stone wall.
That's kind of true for any glyph puzzle where the answer becomes apparent after you do it. Like, sometimes you do them and it does something in a different room, so you can't use that strategy. But for anything where, like, it's a door that's, like, right there that needs to open, you only need one fewer wheel than there are wheels, because you don't need the last one. If you know 3 of them, and you know the door opens when you hit the 4th, well, you just do 3 of them and rotate the others until the door opens. Right, we're going to go around the corner here. I believe this is the fire room. So color spray, I forget if, I don't know if color spray actually does what? Vulnerability? Incapacitation? Helpless, there we go. Helplessness is the word I was looking for. I'm just gonna go with these. Oh, there. That was what we needed. We're not going to bother with that lever. That lever turns off a little bit of the fire, but we don't need to do that. Okay, where are we going? We're going to gather y'all up. Dot on you here. There we go. You know, I've never really used color spray that much. It seems handy, but only because I don't have another damage cone in my rotation. Oh, it looks like ads are running again. I wish that it were a little bit more clear when that were happening. So this is actually the group you need to kill in order for the door to open. Oh, maybe it's both. Oh, and I think we're back. Good.
A large bullywug barks orders to its comrades.
That. I know that the statues won't be crowd controlled.
As the bullywug falls, a hum of energy comes from the doors at the far end of the chamber.
There we go.
The real solid monolith
Corporeal
stands
bracers.
before you,
Pretty sure I already have
magical
a set.
energy. As you attune to the monolith,
They're Mythic
powerful
1.
magics radiate within you. This enchantment will help protect you from the curses found in the Kopu Temple at the island's heart.
A steep path leads up to an overgrown ruin. The local bullywugs have transformed the ancient structure into their home.
Alright. So we got a couple left. Actually, we got more than a couple left. Because we still have the whole inner arc. So yeah, we got the pirates here. We have to do Whispers of Return. We have the Ankylosaur one. We have Spiders and Flies. And of course we have the last one. So we're a little over halfway, I think.
A group of pirates surrounds a man matching the description of Doran of the Hall. When Doran looks up from his
I should
forced labor,
probably turn on Quicken for that.
his face glows with hope.
Because not having Quicken on a crowd control spell is probably a bad
Doran
idea.
waves for you to come speak with him. Doran says that to get inside the
But,
pirate
you know,
you'll need to sound the camp's alarm, then fight your way past the guards.
can I ring this bell before killing these? I can.
Where the monolith is kept.
Handy.
He also said that many islanders have been captured by the pirates and asked you to free them. The gong rings out. The massive gate nearby pushes open as guards rush out of it.
It's like, out of range, out of range, out of range. What do you mean out of range? I think I was hard targeting one of the skeletons. Oh, Mavar chest. Or Night Rebel's chest, rather. Alright, I'm gonna gather all y'all up here. We're gonna put on displacement and we're gonna see if we can't make this work. Yeah, that worked pretty well. Where's... oh, there she is.
You've defeated Captive Kira and her guards. You retrieve the key and unlock the door she guarded. The way into the Commodore's
Excellent.
quarters.
I thought that it might be harder there because it's like, oh, I have Dungeon Alert and she's a red name. It's like, no. No, it just kind of works. And yeah, we're not going to bother... oh. We do still need to pull the lever to open the door. I was going to say, we're not going to bother resting or anything, but... because we don't need to. But we can take our sprint boost. I don't think we need to kill any of these skeletons in order to get to the last boss fight. We just need to not step in the those traps.
Commodore Elena snarls as you enter the door. You won't lay a hand on the monolith or a single coin of my treasure. Prepare to join my crew as a walking corpse. Commodore clicks her tongue in frustration before calling for her tamed pieces. Even
all right.
Frustrated,
come on.
Commodore Elena draws her
take
blade,
your docs.
summoning forth undead to assist her in battle.
Now see, the undead, you see the immunes pop up, but they're not immune to everything. They're immune to some.
The monolith lies within. You've attuned to the monolith. You're one step closer to bypassing the curses protecting the Forbidden Temple.
Oh, I forgot to properly attune to the Bullywugs one. I forgot that that's the one that you have to actually go out of your way to touch the crystal. So when we get to the last quest, assuming we do the last quest, I might skip it. It's kind of an annoying quest to do, particularly solo. But it's there'll be one of the curses that I won't be able to undo, and I don't know which one the Bullywug is. Whether it's the Falling Swords, whether it's the Spell Failure, or the... what is the third curse, anyway? Because I know one is, like, Spell Failure. And one is, like, the Swords curse. That, like, the swords will fall on your head if you don't block them. But I don't recall what the third one does. Mostly because I don't usually run with curses turned on. Because there's like no benefit to it. Like, yeah, you get extra chests, but the chests can't have named items in them, so why bother? So it's just like, yeah, we could make this a lot harder for ourselves for no apparent reason. And to be fair, I have had at least like mid to upper Reaper groups do it just for the hell of it, for the extra challenge. So that is a reason to do it. But there's no, like, practical, efficient reason to do it. Alright. Can we open this without... yeah. I'm gonna go around this way.
Footprints in the dust show recent activity. This many years,
We need to make sure we get both corpru in here.
and an old smell seeps in from deep inside the complex. The voice says,
I've been really lucky on souls, so that's super convenient. It's like, are you worried about mana? Not at the moment, no. Ah, well, they got stunned for a brief moment, but they broke out of it fast. It's fine though. I didn't get hit with a massive, like, charisma debuff, so I'll count it as a win. Oh, nice. That actually kills. Alright, that's close enough for them to aggro. So I should have two big groups here. Come around to this side. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, off we go. Once again. All through. Alright, that's a lot of archers. We'll see if I can dodge enough to get this turned. We can. There we go. Give them the old turnaround shoot. And we'll be back on our way. Now there are like a bunch of quests in here and all that I am skipping. But not quests that I'm skipping. Chests that I am skipping. Because, again, they don't contain named loot, and I do not need any of the unnamed loot. Okay, this door isn't locked, is it? Excellent. Ooh, soul. There we go. Night Revels. Now this is one where on higher difficulties you camp at the door because you don't want to fight the boss because the boss is going to do dumb things. Like that. Goodbye to all of my charisma. Just for being like within line of sight of it, which is annoying. There we go. Boss down. Ew. Stop it. Good. So, I think I started saying this earlier and then forgot to finish my thought. But the thing about hitting undead with color spray is that it shows up immune over them. So it's like you see two immunes and it's just like, oh, well, I'm not going to bother hitting them because they're immune. Well, the thing is, what you don't see from just like the combat text effect is that they are taking the third effect. So they are taking the blind. And blind is effectively having displacement on. So it's, I believe it's a concealment bonus. I'm not sure if it is. And I don't remember if it stacks with displacement. But if they are blind, they just straight up have a 50% chance to miss. So it's actually a pretty powerful defensive thing. Even if you can't get like the full lockdown stun, getting the blind off is still relatively effective. Of course, I'm not being pushed too hard on my survivability so far. Like there have been a couple quests where I took a bunch of burst damage because I got too cocky. But we are only on R1.
No doubt he's the tracker you were sent to find.
So it's not too bad. Okay, we're gonna pick up this. We're gonna toss a little stun down there. Toss one of these out. We're gonna get a big dungeon alert here because these guys on the right spawn. Color spray. We're gonna nuke them again. We're gonna nuke them again. And I should have been doing this more the whole time. We have invisibility. We have sprint boost. We can just do this. Except I think that's a champion type who has true seeing. If they have true seeing, it doesn't matter if you're invisible.
You see the deranged Ankylosaurus pacing near the huge tree nearby. It seems upset.
Hello. Alright, we're gonna stack our stuff on it.
You've put the beast out of its misery.
Yeah, minute and a half. 9k. Very handy. Unfortunately, we won't be able to do any invisibility running for the next quest, because it's Spiders and Flies. Spiders and Flies has a lot of spread out quest objectives, and it has a lot of doors you need to open. And if there's one thing that will take a lot of the power out of being invisible, it's having to open doors. Mostly because it kicks you out of invisibility. So that's like one thing, which is, as a practical consideration, you know, it makes sense. It's it is implemented in game as like the invisibility being dispelled, but I think it comes from kind of like a tabletop place of, if you're invisible and you open a door, everyone's going to be like, hey, something invisible, just open that door. I mean, unless they're particularly stupid guards and it's just like, oh, must have been the wind.
The interior of this vast tree is obviously inhabited. And the inhabitants are not pleased to see it.
That was a beefy champion there. Just like, how much you're going to hit for? 85. That is a pretty big hit at this level. Of course, bard songs mean that by the time I get to the next fight, it's kind of a moot point. Damage is all healed up. We're going to ignore those spitters down there. The spitters in here do a unusually high amount of damage as well. So there's a couple reasons why this quest is trickier than some others.
From somewhere ahead.
Alright, see? Like we have to open this door.
Anxious pixies, imprisoned by webs, beg you to free them from their bonds. The grateful pixies ask you to also free their tree friends.
Okay, so we got that. And we cross over to this one, I think? No. No. Yeah, that's what I thought. There we go. I thought I had you crowd controlled. Maybe now. Thank you. Basically what I'm trying to do is throw crowd control in between other stuff so that I can use my shout on them when it's up. Shout.
A draft of fresher air comes from the lower path.
Alright, which side? Let's check right side. Oh, that's right. There are definitely some in here. We're going to wake them all up. We're going to crowd control. We're going to shout. We're going to try to get back so we can crowd control the rest. More crowd control. More crowd control. Shout. Stupid fucking light bearer. Making your saves. And this goes back to what I was saying in Tar Pits about how defenses can actually have a large effect on your damage and your mana efficiency. Because if I didn't have defenses, I could not have grouped them up, and I would not have been able to be as efficient with my mana usage there, because I would have had to do that same sort of thing, but on groups half that size. Now, to remember which way to go. Ah, here we go. The right way to go. Wait, I didn't have that many aggro. Oh, the ones from all the way across the bridge aggro, that's why. I was like, wait a second, I didn't have that many guys behind me. It's like, oh, I grabbed all the guys in front of me too. There we go. I just didn't want the dungeon alert for the boss. We'll get some temporary spell points for the boss. Just in case, you know.
You found those responsible for capturing the pixies. Time to teach them a lesson.
We're gonna do our AoE. We probably should have started by dotting the boss, but you know, it's fine. I'll come over here so we can kill the spitter too while we're at it.
Thanks to you,
Boom, gotcha.
the local pixies are now safer, though none is truly safe.
That one's a little bit more annoying than some others. I think that does it for Dread. What is this? What is Sword Crossed again? Parry? Double Strike. Oh, okay. 6 Double Strike isn't bad for this level. That's how much you get from the Ravenloft cloak from Into the Mists. And that's a pretty solid cloak. I remember wearing that for a long time.
Dense webs enshroud the base of this huge exotic tree.
Actually, wait, does my dashboard say how long I have? Okay. Alright, do we want to do the last quest? Or move on to some other 7s? Yeah, let's do it. Consider it a little bit of an experiment on build strength. Because it's not a particularly good matchup for me. Because it's got a lot of the Kopru that like single target burst to take them down, and that's something I don't have. So I'm turning in these quests just to get my my teleports available. Yeah, okay, so I do have everything except Forbidden Temple done. And we want upriver. Excellent. Off we go. In fact, I'm going to preemptively run an ad now while I run there. So I will see you once we're in the dungeon. And everyone else gets to miss out on this, this harrowing adventure through the wilderness. Like, there's not even anything useful in these chests, I don't think. I mean, I guess they might have augments in them, actually. But it's not like at Cap where you can get food and you can get crafting materials and that sort of thing. So off we go. Just gotta run there. I need to pay more attention to this on a regular basis. That's like, alright, we're gonna be running through the wilderness. So, we'll stack up ad breaks at that point. Because it was a little early. It still had like 5 minutes to go until an ad, so it was earlier than expected. But, you know, I think that people, and anyone who can hear me right now can correct me if I'm wrong, would prefer that the ad run while we're just kind of walking through the wilderness instead of actually in the dungeon.
Judging from the temple's ornate construction and secure location, this place has been the seat of Kopru power on the Isle of Dread for a long, long time.
Excellent. And people should be back from ad jail. So we have just zoned in. Although, because as I said, this is more of a, it's less efficient from an XP perspective, I think.
The curse of the vile tongue has been banished from this place. You have arrived at the ruined
We have
at the
increased our, excuse me, difficulty a little bit.
This is where the Kopru use their magic to teleport the island to a different place. It's time to find the temple's master and open the way back to Exile.
What is this? That's a Fear Reaper. Don't want that to keep living. So yes, we have increased our skulls to 2. We are now at 2 skulls. Ooh. Which is not particularly threatening, but means we might run out of mana at one point and need to shrine. Which is, you know, not that big a deal. Now, she does have some ability that she does that hits hard, but I forget what it is. We'll see if she uses it on me. Looks like she did not. So, that's fine. The thing is, I'm actually using a significant amount of mana if I'm using Color Spray, because I have it meta-magicked to always have Quicken on it. I think I need to not use it as much for a longer quest like this. But we will see. Let's see. There's guys around this corner. Yes. Yes. We'll go again. Get my remnant. Guys around this corner too? Yes. So I got a Fear Reaper in this group. See, this is a case where I should have grouped those 2 sets together so that I would have more efficient mana usage, so I could hit them both with the same AoEs. But I didn't, so it cost me extra mana. Again, not the end of the world because I'm not struggling for mana that much. But I might struggle for mana at some point, and I'm not carrying any mana restoration items. Like, I don't have my, what is it? My, like, necks or trinkets or any of that stuff to restore mana. And I certainly don't have mana restoration pots. Or at least I don't think I do. I didn't pull any off of, like, mules. Which is not to say that they don't exist.
With a gurgling roar.
Alright, we're gonna go over so we can shout at you. There we go. Now this next lever is one that's easy to miss if you're not paying attention. You just walk forward and stuff spawns, so you have to fight it, so you're not really paying attention, and then it is only later on that you realize there's a lever right here. Very easy to miss. Jump.
Notice a small target lever on the far side of the room, up along the edge.
There we go. If you want to actually not tank that to the face, throw something at that lever up there. Alright, so we're gonna AoE some stuff now.
Leap out and attack. Rats swarm out of the opening as you approach. When you enter the chamber,
Okay, fine then. Fine. Be that way. It's like, I heard a Reaper. We got a soul out of it. So we didn't lose too much as far on our mana pool. But off we go. Now this part is the part that's going to be more annoying to me because the mud pool is a whole bunch of single targets. And relatively healthy single targets at that.
envelops you as you enter the mud-filled cavern.
Yeah. Stop having so much health, you bastards. Also, I don't know why those are... That is 100 chaos damage. That is dumb. Alright, we're going to put on this throwing axe. Now, these guys generally spawn near the orbs to defend them. So, instead of running over to them, we're just going to snipe some orbs. And the mud doesn't hurt too much as long as you're not in a geyser. Oh, I did spawn another one. So we'll snipe this one down, and then we'll actually rest at the shrine. Should we? And we've got like half mana. Maybe we'll do it after a couple more pulls. Because there are a couple pulls in here that are probably going to be beneficial. Like, something like this. Like, you round the corner, there's a dude right here. They have so much health, they're just so annoying to kill. It's not that they're difficult fights. But they're mana sinks.
Statues here radiate an almost palpable malice.
Okay, with these, it's worth doing that. I knew I shouldn't have done that. Alright, now what got me? Ah, acid damage over time. Cruelty champ? Yeah, cruelty champ. Alright. Now the thing is, I cannot reach the shrine from here because I ran too far. So we will have to gibbers for this. Yeah, definitely. That's another thing that being around for a while gets you. It's the ability to have had time to farm for things like a Gibber's Blade, so that if you do something too aggressive, you can bail yourself out a little bit. We'll just hit our sprint here. Run all the way back here. And try to kill ourselves and see if it works. Because we're going to die in 20 seconds anyway from gibbers wearing off. But can we burn to death before then? Haha, take that, gibbers. Get cheesed. Okay, so now we don't have gibbers. And we're just going to have to be a little bit more conservative with our playstyle of not pulling multiple water elementals that won't get stunned by my abilities and can stack up dots and all that sort of stuff. So we're resting, there we go. And of course, when we sing, it means that we can actually get our health back while we run back. So that's convenient. But yeah, so we will have to be a little bit more careful with how we play. It's not a huge deal, but it's just something that we will have to keep in mind. And of course, I did hit these traps. These are kind of random. I saw them, but I saw them slightly too late. And I did forget that the water weirds actually hit decently hard as well. So let's see, that's 300, that's like 500, 600, 7 and change, 1,000. So these guys got like, what, 1,500-ish health? It's so much healthier than like anything else at this level. Like, these guys, well, these guys have 800, but they're coming in packs of 4, so I guess it's close-ish? Now, the good news is that there's another shrine up there, so even if, you know, we have some issues with mana, we're not going to have that many issues with mana that we're going to run out and need another shrine. So I can spam pretty aggressively here. But yes. Let's see. What is Shout's max caster level? 15. Not bad. Oh, look. The crest is right here. We didn't even have to go to the end of the tunnel. I think they're immune to the blindness part of it. Oh well. We got our Night Rebels chest. And of course, the other thing that we got from resting is we got our charges back on our sprint. And we want to stay on this so we don't fall. There we go.
And then collapses.
You know, I probably don't need to fight these guys at all, really. I can just go up here and turn left and fight the boss. No. Wait, what is it? Oh. Knockdown from overrun. Interesting. There's the water weird over there in the corner pinging me. Huh, but overrun again. But it does not matter. So yeah, we got a little bit too aggressive and ended up dying, but you know, it happens.
Their inevitable fate. You have achieved your goal.
As the last orb is destroyed, the barrier encircling the monolith vanishes.
Yeah. 30k, 13 minutes. Actually, that's not too bad. It's just a little bit harder than the other quests. And by harder, I mean you can't face roll it as hard and as aggressively, or you might get screwed over by a cruelty champ. Just possibly.
Judging from the temple's ornate construction and secure location, this place has
So
been the seat
we
of
have
great power
2.5 ranks
for
until cap.
a long, long time.
So we could go for some other level 7s. So let's just take a quick survey of the level 7s that we could do. We have Sorrow Dusk, and we have Violent Stand. We've got some Delira stuff, but I think we're over level for other parts of that. There's the Pit, which we are not going to do. And then there's the Sentinel's Chain. The Sentinel's Chain is okay. Tear of Decon is decent. I think we'll just do Tear and then take 10. Because Tear of Decon is super fast. And I think it's one of the ones that were, like Toltamar was saying earlier in chat, that it's flagged as being very long because it has a lot of side optionals. But if you just run straight down the middle, then it's relatively fast. So you still get a pretty significant amount of XP from it. So we're going to hit up Tear of Decon, and then we'll take 10 and hit Temple of Elemental Evil. Hello. Do we want it to keep it 2 skulls? Sure, we'll keep it 2 skulls. We will need to change our message, which is fine. Sing ourselves a song and put up all the necessary buffs. Now, I don't remember Tear of Decon being super generous with shrines, but we'll find out here in a second.
Water drips on you from the moss hanging above.
Then again, it is an older quest, so stuff dies with fewer hits as well. Yeah, what did I say? The Kopru had like something like 1500 health, and these guys have like 150. Then again, these aren't like single target orange named guys. But still.
Just steps ahead of you.
There we go. Oh, no, we didn't want to go up there. Nope, stop. Stop. Alright, well I played that almost entirely wrong. I jumped too high, then I jumped too low, and I wasted almost all of a sprint boost.
Moss frames the entrance to a large room with a lone bridge. Perfect location for an ambush.
Let's see if we can get this. Nice. This is why I put up displacement right before this, so that I would be more likely to be able to pull the levers. Yes, yes. Champion slow debuff. I hit sprint boost. Alright, so we got double Reaper here. Both plagues. And both dead. There we go. So, as I said, it's not super generous with its shrines, but this specific run is being very generous with souls. So, looks like we won't be needing shrines. And as I mentioned, the fact that everything takes just like one SLA shot to kill as opposed to having to actually do spell rotations and crowd control means I'm not going to be using that much of my spell points. Could you not? Alright, we're gonna hit that. Go fast. Alright, this isn't a kill them to open door, it's a pull lever to open door. So you can just jump the sides here, it makes it easier. There we go. Unfortunately, this is our last sprint boost, so we're going to save it for a longer section. Yeah, well, definitely one of the further down sections for this sprint boost. Yeah, lots of just little bits of XP to be picked up here and there.
As you emerge from the pipe,
as from the optionals, even if you're not doing all of like the tier optionals.
You must be getting close to the village of Arzak Kor.
Ooh, gum chest. We're getting close to the village.
Caves continue to twist and turn. Many intertwining footprints suggest that the Hobgoblin village is nearby.
Aw, Flameborn saved. Go. Take out some more. Oh right, this one wasn't the way to the village. The village is way further in. When I say village, I'm thinking about like the part with the infinite respawns. Ah, there's the lever. It's like, wait, I could have sworn there was a lever here. Something just hit me for an unusually large amount of damage. There we go. Now, traps go off when you pull this. I don't care. They're traps that don't hit very hard. Okay, so, grabbing more souls. Now we will sprint boost, because we are going back through this section.
The tunnel opens into the Arzak Kor city looms before you. It is dangerous to remain here.
Having the famine reaper here is bad luck. That famine reaper just popped me for like 80. So hopefully more of them chase me so that I can get this dungeon alert down. Because while I can kill the bosses with red dungeon alert, it's annoying. And that's another guy that's actually easy to miss. If you think you're like, oh, I'm just going to run to the end, well, that guy is a required kill. So you do need to go down that, at least that side passage, even if you don't need to go down a lot of them. Now, obviously, what I should have done is been invisible most of this time. Though it doesn't appear to have helped just now. Oh, improved trip. That's annoying. It's fine, though. We will make do. So we're back down to yellow.
Yet another cavern. You must be nearing the heart of the Hobgoblin village.
And suddenly I got hit hard enough to drop me down to like half health. Oh well. Good enough. This will probably bump up to red when I open this door. Yep, that's what I thought. And we don't have gibbers available. So this is how you die due to overconfidence. Because of the guys I pulled earlier. This guy... Oh, he doesn't have it. It doesn't show the buffs on him. But got super buffed, and you can see that... Where is it? Yeah, like, he's hitting for 70. And we don't have gibbers for, let's see, it's a half-hour cooldown. So that's 15, half-hour minute. Half-hour over 30 over 4 is like 7-ish minutes. So, yeah, that's like 3 minutes. We're just going to release. It's fine. Oh, that was our first death. Neat. But yeah, that's why you don't get overconfident. I forgot that was on R2, not R1. And I tried to skip too much. And I got punished for it. So I can do that either way. Either I can play on lower difficulty and play more aggressively, or I can play on the higher difficulty and I can play, you know, not quite so aggressively. And I think we're going to go for the second one, because all I really need to do there is not leave guys up so that when I get to the end, it's not red dungeon alert. Like, that's all I need to do. So we're just going to get our ship buffs, get healed up. We're still going to hit Tear of Takan. Take me to House P. Thank you very much. We will do R3 this time. You know what? No. That's not enough. We're going to go R4. We're going to go R4, but we're not going to, and we're going to be not dumb. R4. We're going to set it to private because I don't want to like have people join thinking it's R1 and then it's like R4. Okay, we're going to go R4 and we're going to be not dumb. Or, well, at least we'll be slightly less dumb. One problem is, of course, my fortification is low.
Dank water drips on
I only have 35% fort, which is, you know, not generally speaking a good level of fortification at this level. Because I think I got crit a couple times in there. But, you know. Alright, so one problem that I might run into here is I did not stay on the ship or inn or whatnot long enough to get my charges back. So I don't have sprint boosts and I don't have Reaper boosts, which shouldn't be too big of a problem, but, you know, it is something that I will have to take into account. Really what that boils down to is I'm probably going to end up, like, shrining, like, twice instead of only needing the once.
Just steps ahead of you, an open shaft descends into water. Paths continue.
Alright, so we got guys coming in from the sides. This is fine.
Bridge, the perfect location for an ambush.
Alright, so we're going to blur, we're going to invisibility, so that we don't get sniped too much while we run over this way. Alright, Carnage has got it. Carnage died? Oh, did I end up putting a dot on him? Like, it says I hit him for like 300 something points of damage. Okay. Alright. Well, that's that then, I guess. So we're just going to be much more diligent about killing everything on the way. Come over here. Stun. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to do this again because we're just about to rest. So it doesn't matter if we burn all of our spell points. We're just going to go. Grab that. Grab that. And we're going to... Where's the thing to open it? Oh, there it is. So this is largely to get back things like sprint boosts. But, you know, it gets us a couple hundred mana back too. And, you know, some charges on stuff, but this is mostly for, like, sprint boosts. And we'll just pop these up, too. There we go. And we already pulled those guys when we came by, so that's fine.
You round the corner to find another large room, this one filled with platforms.
Alright, so we killed the Carnage, so that's good. These guys are a little bit harder to kill. And the other big disadvantage to leaving stuff alive is that I end up staying in combat. And staying in combat means full Reaper healing penalty. As opposed to how they changed it to, if you're out of combat, the self-healing penalty doesn't go away, it is much reduced. There we go. I had a dot on the last one there, so it's just like, it's fine. Okay, Fear Reaper, you don't get to sit here stacking up debuffs. Sorry, not sorry. So you'll see that it doesn't feel that much different on R4. It's just that I have to actually play with a little bit of respect. I mean, not a lot, obviously. I mean, I'm still solo after all. Did I pull that one? No, I hadn't pulled that one yet. Well, you'll see that my my consistent song healing is way down in R4 as compared to how it was in R1. Like, now that I'm out of combat, I'll get topped up, sure. But if I'm in combat, it's just not that much. So we do suffer a decent sized penalty if we just stay in combat a lot. He should die to the dot.
At the end of this hall, presumably descending further into the depth.
Right, and down we go.
The pipe, you find yourself in a cavern instead of the
I'm
familiar
going
sewers.
to snooze that
close to
ad.
the village of Arzak Kor.
Okay, get another lost soul. I don't want an ad to start like in the middle of this run when I kicked up the difficulty.
To twist and turn. Many intertwining footprints suggest that the Hobgoblin village is nearby.
There we go. Okay. Light Bearer breaks out of it, of course, hits me for like 60. There we go. We'll toss that down. There we go. Doll. There we go. Then there's the dudes in here.
single lever
And
is
again,
mounted on the southern
these traps,
wall.
even on
It will
R4,
control the door in the
don't really
previous
hurt.
facing.
You just die. Thank you. But fortunately, even though our healing is much, much lower here, we're still not too upset because, well, we have other ways of handling things. One big example is, of course, the temporary health aura that we get from being a level 9 bard. Like, that is really helping us out a lot here, particularly on R4 in combat. Like, our healing will top us up out of combat. And, you know, it helps a little in combat, but not a ton.
The tunnel opens into an
Alright, so we're going to
You have discovered that
try to
you
sneak through here
can
invisible.
Arzag core. The Arzag core city looms before you. It is dangerous to remain here.
There we go. So, much easier this time when we're actually respecting it a little bit and we don't have, like, orange alert on us at the time. So we will keep our displacement up. And yeah, so... And we'll just sometimes smack a bitch, just because. There we go. So you'll see that we are running a little bit shorter on our spell points. We do have a shrine coming up, so that's not actually a problem. Plus we have our racial energy tap thing that'll give us a spare 100-ish. Remnant chest. So yes, we did die on R2 because we were being dumb. But here we are in R4, not having much difficulty by the simple change of not being dumb. That's all we needed to do, just not be quite so dumb. Now, the thing is that we probably don't actually need to shrine here, because there's only like 2 poles left. Maybe. Okay, maybe there's a little bit more than 2 poles left. But we're going to shrine anyway, just to be safe, because the way that we got to this point in this run was by being slightly more respectful to the content. And we have 2 minutes until ads, so that should be just enough time to finish off the boss. And then we will we'll head off to our next adventure. Which, what did I say we were going to do? Temple? Temple. Remnants. Got it. So yeah, there's that pole. Then there's this pole, and then there's the boss pole. So yeah. Alright, here we are at full mana. Put that up. Yeah. So yeah, that's the boss that we died to in R2. Just, you know, stomped in R4 because we didn't have red dungeon alert. Alright, ads start in 45 seconds. We're going to start those early. I'm going to go start the leveling up process, and by the time you're back from ads, we'll be in the middle of that and on our way to the Temple of Elemental Evil. There we go. So we're just going to use the dudes in the market. What are we doing? We are going to our bard trainer, advancing to the next level. Balance, bluff, concentration, diplomacy, jump, perform, spellcraft, swim. Alright, we get D-Door. We'll take Shout. We'll take Shout over Dancing Ball. Dancing Ball can wait. And our last level 3, Good Hope, I guess. That is a bot. And I like that the auto mod says likely harasser restricted. So I don't even know if anyone else saw that. But someone came in trying to advertise, you know, cheap viewers, blah, 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 blah. It's just like, nope, you get to go away. Now we didn't hit level 10, which means more Reaper points. More Reaper points. Now we're not going to get a ton more health from these Reaper points. Just because I don't think the next cutoff happens until 11. But we might get some. So let's see. Yeah, so we're still at maximum of 100. And we were probably already at that. Like, right now we're at, let's see, 23 times 8. That's 24 times 8, which is 64 times 3, which is, yeah, that's like 200 right there. That's like 200 right there. So we are already capped for level 11 through 15, and we are not level 11 yet. So where were we? Ah, yes. We're spending points. So what is this? Our heroism gives more stuff, which is nice. We can get immunity to certain effects, which is nice. Like, we get immunity to fatigue. Immunity to fatigue is nice. We have 3 points, so we could get full fatigue immunity. This isn't that good. This is decent. Like, this is 6DR isn't bad. What do we want? Of course, we could just start putting points into here, because once we get 7 points in here, we get a bunch of run speed. 7 points in here would be next level. We wouldn't keep it for long, though, because these points are going to get pulled out to go into there at level 12. So, because respecking is dirt cheap, and I don't care about the stuff leading up to that, we're just going to get DR. And 2 to all saving throws. We'll take 2 to all saving throws as well. So now it's off to the Temple of Elemental Evil. Now, one thing that we probably should do, if we wanted to actually be at proper strength here, is that we should go and get a scepter from Ravenloft. Because right now, we're using the one from Feywild. Like, there are several things that we should do as far as gear swaps go, actually. We should... Actually, no, the Scepter of Resonation isn't until 14. And I don't... And, like, I have a Lightning, and I have Cold from... What is it? I have Lightning and Cold from the House K raid. That is Vaughn. But I don't know if I have Sonic. You know what? we're going to stick on R4, even in Temple of Elemental Evil, just to make it a little bit more interesting. Just going to update this. R4 plus. Update my party. Alright. So we're going to song. Definitely need Death Ward here. And we're going to pay a little bit more attention to keeping displacement up as well.
The huge bronze doors are carved.
Immediately double reapered.
It's clear that sometime in the distant past, the doors had been sealed with soft iron.
Not just any double reapered, double feared, so I got triple stacks on me immediately, ticking for 72 damage. That is not great. We're going to stand still for just a moment to heal up a little bit. Okay. Are there more dudes in here? There are more dudes in there. Along with the Reaper I saw. Oh, there's dudes over here too. Okay, alright. Okay. Well, we are burning through a lot of spell points here because we, like, triple pulled. And a lot of these guys are immune to a lot of things. Ooh, Maybar. Do you mind? I'm trying to loot and you're attacking me. It's very rude. Alright. So, that could have gone better. It could also have gone worse, though. Now, if this would give me, you know, just a few souls, I would appreciate it. There we go. Thank you. I just needed to ask. Ask politely, and the game might consider your request. There we go. I do need to remember that we are on R4, so we are going to be going a little bit more slow and steady than we normally would. But, you know. Alright, let's see if I can not pull the guys on the side. This just random temple cultist hit me for like 80. Okay. We're going to clear this just in case they pull when I'm like trying to run away from something else. I'm gonna actually do this.
On the wall above this rune is a small etching in the shape of a key.
Stop saving, you bastards. Okay, well, I burned a lot of mana, but there are shrines in there, so hopefully we'll be fine. Now, normally, as you've seen earlier, I would not prioritize crowd control so much, but they're harpies. they can put that helpless debuff on me, and it will suck. So we're just gonna do this, and that, and one of those. And the Fear Reapers hurt a lot, but it's fine. Hit this rune. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Put on my second non-meta shout. And also D-Door. Okay, so. We D-Door. And now we're right back at the beginning. So now we do have 2 shouts. We're just gonna need to. Alright, no one over there. Nobody in here. Don't see anyone in there, but it could be ghouls. Okay, no ghouls coming from behind. We have ads right in there. No, up around the corner. Really? Clear on both sides. Alright. Okay, this could go badly, but let's find out.
A pair of guards fumble with on the wall above this room is a small.
Nope. Invisibility works just fine. Found a mosquito. I don't know why you're trying to man that. Like, there's no one on that side. Alright. So, good to know. Invisibility does work just fine to get past the Ballista in Temple of Elemental Evil. It's not the only way to get past it, but it is a way. How much does this cost anyway? 12. Alright, anyone on the side? No? Alright, so that's the SLA that's meta'd, that's the unmeta'd base spell. Yeah. Having the second shout makes these clears way easier. Of course, now we get to what we're worse at, which is single target damage. Or potentially multi-target damage if I want to pull several of the Earth Elementals at the same time, which might be a bad idea. Well, several of them are already up there together, so maybe I won't have the luxury of choice on that one. Just gonna try to keep our stacking on them. Like that. Okay, well then. So they hurt a decent amount. Why am I still counting as in combat? There we go. So we're going to let that tick up so we are fully healed before this next pull. Let's see. We're going to put up displacement. Which piece are they immune to and which are they not? Because I saw 2 immunes pop up from the color spray. I meant to do this. They appear to be trying to melee me from outside of melee range, so that is to my advantage. Alright, So he's got 1800. And I was going to say it's like a little higher than the Kopuru, but the other trick here is, yeah, he's got only slightly more health than them, but it's an R4. I'm doing way less damage. So yeah, here we go. No drops, as is to be expected. And around we go. Depending on if there are groups between us and the gate, we might get the 100 kill bonus XP as well.
Begins to quiver and shake. It seems strangely drawn to the south.
Nope, looks like there aren't groups here. Or if there are, like, it's just the one over here, which does not have 15 people in it.
Seems impenetrable, though in the center there's a small indentation in the shape of a keyhole.
Okay, so I might have pulled more than I, strictly speaking, wanted to. Including a Fear Reaper, which, as we've established, hurt a ridiculous amount on R4 at this level. Well, we are 4 away, and it's only worth 20k. But it's fine. Likely ban evader restricted. Well, at least the auto mod tools are somewhat good at keeping these people away from disrupting everyone else, even if I see them. Alright, let's see. Am I okay fighting Falrinth at R4? Do I want to check for gear upgrades in the bank first? We'll go for it. Is it a good idea? No, probably not. But, you know, it's more entertaining this way.
This is, or was, the air temple.
So, we're going to go around here. And so, yeah. Fortunately, we have DD, so we can avoid some of the fights that are more troublesome for us. Ow. Well, this devouring swarm is going to be annoying.
A man in air temple robes stands
Come on.
huddled in the corner of this cold, dark room.
Okay, so I think the Mephits are dead, which is good. Okay, that was 70 Bane damage. Soundburst stun, nope. We're gonna... Nope. We have a Harper pin for that.
Is a small etching in the shape of a key.
So we are going to DD away from the big red demon. Probably? We might just kill it.
The air temple key, the winds circling the room, rush faster as the key is taken from the
Wow, he, that is a long and awkwardly sideways charge. Yeah. Not worth DDing away from, even on R4. Well then. So, we might have made a bit of a whoopsie here of not putting Death Ward on. So we are now down 3 levels, which is a problem. It's a problem that we can fix by going to a shrine, so that's what we're going to do.
This chamber is much warmer than the outside. On the end,
And we're also going to pay our way out of this fight.
just in time. On the altar,
In fact, we're not going to shrine yet at all.
come, the cleric calls. Your tribute honors.
Alright, off we go.
Says, bowing.
So yeah, we're not going to shrine yet.
All
We're going to go hit the water side,
need to fire.
where we will dimension door away from the gelatinous cube. That's right. The cube will not be fought. Because, well, because I don't want to fight it. That's basically all it boils down to. Now, it's way easier than it used to be, because you're no longer locked in a tiny room with it. You're locked into a hallway with it, which is like 4 times as much space as you used to have. So that's good. Well, good for you. It's bad for the cube. It's really not fair to the cube.
As you fill the pool, the barrier disappears.
You know, I wasn't expecting some of that to land on these. For some reason, I thought they'd be immune to some of these effects. But, you know, if it works, it works. And we are going to just bail out of this immediately. So, the way that I like to do this,
Pray softly in this
the door first,
a small
grab the key,
level, the room begins
turn
to
around,
shake,
hit the door.
and a shimmering wall appears at the entrance to the chamber.
And now, we're just free to go as we please. Now, there are 2 main routes that people can take here. One is back through the water temple, which is the one we're going to take because we want to hit the shrine there. But the other one is if you had headed straight ahead and then turned right. They're about the same, I'd guess. There's a bit of a trick to one of them, or both of them, I suppose. Sure, yeah, you know, we're just going to take you out first. Okay, so we're going to get our levels back, and then we're going to head down and finish this off, and this will be our last dungeon for the night. We have 6 minutes left. We might need to snooze in order to get through the Fallrent fight. But we're not going to make the same mistake this time. Now, the main problem with coming through this door is that you can be dropped immediately into a fight. We did not, so we got lucky this time. Go. Night Rebel's chest. And yeah, we're definitely going to get 50, and we're definitely not going to get 100. So I'm not really concerned about any more kills. Yeah. We're just going to head this way. Because we have all 3 keys. So we can open all 3 doors.
With the 4 barriers dispatched, the way into Fallrent's chambers opens.
Alright, so we've got a couple more groups to pull before the boss. guys are just... Yeah, there we go. I was going to say they are just resistant to Sonic, because they are. That took a bunch of spell points, which is annoying, but that's what happens when you fight stuff that is resistant to your main element. There we go.
The stony visitors
Just
to
in
this room
case. Yep.
suggest this is the entryway to Fallen's chamber.
There we go. So all those are down. If we want a shrine, we'll shrine just in case. Because I just killed everything. We know that we won't need this shrine later. So we will use it now. Now, this would be a good time to have higher resists. Our resists are okay, not great. We do have freedom of movement, so that's good. We do not have shield, so that's bad. But we will make it work. I think we're going to fight in the Earth Elemental area first.
The wizard following.
Yes, I'm aware that an ad starts in 3 minutes. That's fine.
I know why you have come.
His voice.
But you're too late. Using the arcane power of the page I discovered, Zuggitmoy is nearly free.
Okay.
These gestures. Elemental.
Oh. Really? A fear elemental? I'm getting knocked down and just chain CC'd on the pull as a Fear Reaper spawns. And I was unable to maintain my position in the back of the room, which is not good. So if you're far enough back here, Creech won't aggro on you. But I was not far enough back, so now I have to handle him while the Earth Elemental is still on me. Oh, excellent. Oh, that's right. When they redid it, he lost his red name status. So he is now able to be CC'd and stuff. He was not able to be before they redid it. Oh good, he decided to not bug. Because I have seen him just kind of get stuck up top and like never come down. Which is just a bad time. We are going to snooze the ads. Because it said it was going to run in another minute. But we're not going to be on stream that much longer. So I'm not going to bother with that. So we're just going to go through all this stuff. Finish off the quest. See if we get any loot. And then we will be done. Down here on the pedestal. Place the skull, walk away, collect 40,000 XP in 12 minutes, which is still decent, especially considering I'm on R4. Nothing useful. So that will do it for us. So let's look at the breakdown a little bit. So yeah, it's yeah, like 39k plus another, you know, so, you know, 40,000. plus like 900 Reaper XP. Yeah, 40,000 in 12 minutes. Pretty solid. Just going to turn that in. We're going to take a quick look at where we stand. So at the start of the stream, we were where? We were in 3 Barrel Cove. So we went through all of 3 Barrel Cove. We then went and we did some stuff in House K. So we got a little bit of House K rep, a little bit of XP there. We then went to Isle of Dread. We did everything in Isle of Dread, including the last fight. And then we came here to the Temple of Elemental Evil. So we went from level 7 to level 10 pretty cleanly. Almost able to take 11, but not quite. And let's see. Twitch is saying I currently have 0 viewers, so I won't do the Gauche 1 viewer raid thing. We will simply end stream. So if there is anyone here and Twitch is just telling me there isn't, sorry for that. But thank you for coming by. Thank you for hanging out. And good night. Come on, where are you?